today I'm gonna show you my makeup collection. So yeah, I'm gonna show you all the makeup that I own and I'm gonna show you in categories. So I wanted to make a shorter parts of videos with just eyeshadow, just lip products, something like that. And then I want to have a bigger video of all of the whole collection in general. So I hope you're excited for that and I hope to see you. Wait. No, let's get to the makeup. So the first part that we're gonna start off with are lashes and mascara, and I have everything in front of me right now and it's like much. It's really much. So first I have this duo eyelash glue, which I always use. It's actually, I think, a really nice one and it's easy to take with you because it's in a tube. Then I have some separate lashes which I cut it for underneath and some bigger projects where I needed just some little extras up on there. Then I have another eyelash glue. It's from Eyeliner. I actually almost never use this. I'm not really sure if it's actually dried up or not. Yeah, the duo one is better. Then I have these two sets of magnetic lashes, which I have to admit I have never tried before. So I'm probably gonna do another video or another short very soon with trying out these products, but because I'm actually like really curious about these ones. So these are two different ones. This one you can cut down as well, and this one is just a bigger lash, which I actually really like. Then I have this product right here. This is for underneath the lash and you can use it above the lash for when you're applying mascara on someone else or yourself and you like don't want it on your lid. It is a little bit hard to work with sometimes, so you have to keep that in mind, but it actually does work and it does have this little spoolie kind of thing like right here as well. I got these ones from Shein. I think I have 4 more because it was a set. Then I have this little cute container, which is actually a large container. So when you open it up, which I got from Shein again, and when she moved. When you open it up, you can like take 3 pairs of lashes with you. So I have one I've used a lot. I have some half lashes here and I have some lashes here with pink on the edge. Then I have 2 lash books. So let me see. Those lash books are from Morphe, but the lashes aren't. So this is the first lash book, as you can see. I just paired them, so this is 1 pair, that's 1 pair, that's 1 pair, as you can see. And then the other one looks like this. And yeah, because some of them move and I put them back because I'm not gonna throw it away like when I use it like one time. So that's why they move. Then I have some lashes. I think those are from Primark. I put it in this one. I have 2 pairs of lashes, so I put an extra pair in there. And this one looks like this. And I don't think I've actually used this one before. Then I have like a bunch of different lashes. I have 2, I think those are from Primark again. The 3D Vixen and the 3D Allure. They actually both look very pretty. I do really enjoy using lashes if you're making a bigger look, but today that wasn't really necessary because I kept it like pretty simple and cute. So then I have another pair of lashes from Boozy Shop, which I got one time when I shopped there for free. Those are actually really cute. I've never used them before. Then I have this product, and if you're not similar with this product, it's actually from Ardell, by the way. Oh, it does have some glue in it. I actually have to clean this. But you can use this when you're putting on fake lashes and then you like close it and then the lash, how do you say that? Your normal lashes and the fake lashes, they're gonna zip together and then they actually look more realistic than, well, how realistic fake lashes can be. Then I have this whole, these ones, let me get them. Ooh, these ones, and these ones. And I have used a couple of them, so yeah, not all of them look the prettiest, but those are actually like all of the fake lashes that I own. So I'm quickly gonna insert a video of showing all of the lashes, because there are some similar ones, but I got them in a pack from a Shein video as well. So if you want to see those kind of videos, I do have that on my channel already. So these lashes are actually all the same ones. Then we're gonna go to the mascara. So I do have two lash curlers. I think I'm gonna throw this purple one away. I do think it looks very, very beautiful, but it's not really working properly for me anymore. So I do have this gold one right here, and this one actually works really nice, and I always use this one. So I do have many mascaras. I do have some which I have never tried before. So these are all my new ones which I've never tried before. This is the Tarte Surfer Curl. Packaging looks really pretty, and then I have two of these Rimmel, and I noticed I put a sticker on them with new, because I did use these ones like for a little while. Like this was my everyday mascara, so that's why it says new, because I probably always bought them like 1+1 or things like that. Then I have this one from Ofcourse, which I have never used before, and it's a volume one. Then this one is still in the packaging. It says new on it again, and it's from Ofcourse as well. And then we have the Lush Princess False Effect Mascara, and I do actually use the waterproof version a lot, but I have never tried this one. This is the normal version. Well, this is the False Effect version, which is the normal version. And then I have the Volume Mascara, which is another one of the line, as you can see, but this is not a waterproof as well. Then we're gonna go to mascaras that I have used not that much. So I have this Lush Revival Boosting Primer, which you can put underneath it, and I've used it, I think, twice or something. So I probably should try it out a little bit more, see if I like it. Then I have the Makeup Studio 3D Lush Waterproof, which I have actually never tried before, or I tried it once. Then I have this Essence Color Flash one. This is a actually purple one, and it looks exactly like what it looks like on the outside. And I have a MAC one, the 3D Black Lash Dimensions one. And I have tried this once or twice. I wasn't a very big fan of it. Maybe it's good for the bottom lashes. And then I have the waterproof mascara from Hema, and this is actually a blue one as well, as you can see. And then I do have three other mascaras. I do have this one from Kiko Milano, and it's the Precious Ritual Volume and Lengthening Mascara. And this is actually a very pretty one, and I actually love to use this because it makes my lashes stay up, which almost never happens with a not waterproof mascara. And this one does that as well. This is the Zoeva one. It's the Infinite Potential Mascara. It's a volume one, and this is actually a mini that I got when I purchased their brush set. I have my everyday mascara. Well, I call it my everyday mascara because I always use this when I use mascara, but I don't really put on makeup every day. So this is the waterproof Falsy Surreal mascara from Maybelline, and I actually love this mascara, and I do have it on my eyes right now, so I actually think it looks really, really pretty. And those were all of the lashes and the mascara. So we're gonna go to the next part. Then the next products that I have are concealer, eye primers, powders, contour, and things like that. I don't have many of those, so I thought I'd just put them in all at once. So let's start off with the primers. I do have this primer right here, and it's actually not in its container anymore because, as you can see, there's not many left, but it was actually this one, and this is actually a really nice one from Hannah, and it's supposed to be something like a day cream and a primer all in one, and it makes your skin feel so soft, and it makes my foundation stay on like for the whole entire day. Then I have this tiny little primer from NYX. It's a pore filler one. I don't think I've actually tried this one, but I got this one in a Christmas mystery box kind of thing, I think. Then I have the Benefit Professional, and I've actually never tried this one as well. I think I don't have any memories of this, so I will try this very soon if this one is empty, because I want to make this empty first. Then I have two eyeshadow primers from MAC. I have one in the shade Painterly, and I have one in the shade Groundwork. And Painterly is actually my shade which I always use in my videos. It very much looks like my skin tone, but a little bit darker because I'm actually like really pale. And then this one is for a deeper skin tone, as you can see, but I had this one in my collection because I did makeup school. And I like to have this in my kit for if I have to do someone with a darker skin tone than I have. We have concealers. I do have this concealer from Rimmel London, and as you can see, it's pretty far gone. I did use this one a lot for putting under the eyeshadow because this was a very natural eyeshadow base, so I should probably use this one up as well. And then I recently bought two concealers from Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the shade C2 and C0, and C0 is actually the white one and C2 is a very light skin tone one because I am actually really pale, as you can see. But I actually have this one on right now, right here, and on the pimple that was right there, but actually not anymore because it covered it up. We have powders, so I have this translucent powder from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I have one which is almost like totally empty, as you can see, and the other one is a little bit more fuller. So I do want to make this up, but it's actually like my favorite setting powder, because this powder actually like makes your makeup stay on the whole entire day, and it doesn't flash back when you make a flash picture, which actually always really nice. And then I have, well, I put it in powder, but I could actually put it in foundation as well, because this is a powder foundation. I do have two from the same one, from the same color, and if you followed me for a while, you know that I've been using this one a lot. And you can actually see that as well. I'm actually really happy that I have one extra, but it was a 1+1 deal, so that's why I have two. I have some MAC concealers. This is the light version, which you can see is very well used, and this product is actually, I think, empty. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually empty. And then I have one for a darker skin tone as well. We're gonna go to the bronzer and contour things. So this is actually a face palette from Contour. So it's not liquid and it's not powder. It's creams, and it actually looks really nice, and I've used this like recently on myself, and I could use like many colors, because if you use like a light hand, it's actually really nice to use these. Then I have the Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. This is actually not a normal shade, it's the very light one. I think it looks okay. I don't think this is the best shade for me. I could probably go for the normal one, because I like to have a little bit more of a shape than a very subtle color on the skin. But I love the way this is scented because it smells like cocos, and I love cocos. So yeah, really nice. I don't use this tiny little thing which underneath here, and I do think it's really nice that it has a tiny mirror. And then we're going to the Earth Angel palette from Benefit. This is actually a face palette, and it has Hula Bronzer, it has Cookie Highlighter, it has Honeymoon Blush, and Georgia, which is a blush topper. And as you can see, I always use this one, which I have on my face as well today. And then the last one is the MAC. Yeah, you can put these colors in yourself, but those are actually all from MAC. This is a brightening powder, and this is a contour shade, which is, like, as you can see, a bronzer shade is more warm toned than a contour one. So if you take a look at this bronzer, it's way softer and it looks way more warm toned than this one, because this is a contour one and this actually looks cool toned, because then you can actually like really shape the face. But I do like the look of using a little bit of a bronzer instead of a contour one. And then there are two blushes in here, one deeper and one a little bit more lighter. So the next category we're going to is blush now. So I do have some, well, it's not the most kind of products that I have. I do like blush and I love to use blush. So why my collection is a little bit growing with all the blushes. So let me first start off with the palette. So what you just saw was the Benefit palette, and obviously this one has a blush in here as well. Then I have a mini mix palette from Ofra, and this one has 6 colors in here. I got this in an Ofra mystery box, which I really enjoyed. So I do have a video on my channel of that, but these are actually like very beautiful colors. And then I have the Full Fantasy blush palette from Luna Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles, which are 2 makeup brands from 2 YouTubers that I actually love and followed for a while. So this one has 2 highlighters and 4 blushes, and the blush shades and the highlighters obviously, but these shades are like so beautiful and I actually really love to use these. So yeah, I love to have these in my collection. And then I got this tiny one from Bobbi Brown. This is actually the shade that I have on my face right now, and this is actually one of my favorite colors for blush. I actually got this from my boyfriend, I think Valentine last year or the year before that. I think the year before that, I'm not really sure, but I got this from him for Valentine and he asked me what I wanted. I said I wanted a blush, and then he asked me to like search for some blushes on makeup websites. So I did, and I chose 6 or 7 for him to choose from, and he actually chose this one and I love this color. Then I have the Natasha Denona Rose Cheek Duo, which is actually a duo of a blush and a highlighter, and this one is actually very pretty as well. It's a cream blush and a powder highlighter, and those are so beautiful. I got this on holiday in Sephora and I love this. And then I have a mini blush palette, well, blush, mini face kind of palette from She Glam. This is in a peach color and this is actually a highlighter and this is a blush. But I have to say, this quality of this blush and this highlighter is so good, and for that price, like, you cannot go wrong. Like, this looks so beautiful and it doesn't even look that cheap, to be honest, and it doesn't feel really cheap, if I have to say so. This is another one from She Glam. This is in the collaboration with Laura Lee, and this is a blush, a liquid one. So it's actually on here and then you boop it on your skin and then you blend it out with a brush or your fingers or a sponge, just whatever you like to do with it. But I actually love this packaging and this color is so very beautiful. I do have to like watch out that I don't put that much on my skin, because my skin is like way paler than Laura hers is, but I do have the packaging still here because I think she looks so beautiful and this actually looks so pretty, so I wanted to keep it to support her. And then I have some more. So I do have a blush from Morphe 2. It's the Pick Up Cheek and Lip color and it looks like this. This is actually a very beautiful color. I really like it. It has like many uses in it, as you can see, and it's actually like a cream one, so you can put it straight on your face if you don't have any foundation or something on there, or you can just use your fingers or use a blush. This is a blush, or use a brush with it. And I have 2 of these Morphe Wonder Tint. They are cheek and lip mousses, and this one is in the shade FYP, and it looks very pretty and pink. And then the other one is Peach Out, which is in a collaboration with Maddie Ziegler, but I just thought this color looked so beautiful. Like, look at that. Then I do have a blush from Rare Beauty, which is actually a very pretty natural color on me. And I actually always use my fingers when I am applying this product. This is actually not pink or peach. It's more a brown toned-ish blush. But it's still very, very beautiful. And I actually love the product. I love the way that it looks. It looks so beautiful and luxe and pretty. Like, I love the whole aesthetic of Rare Beauty and I would love to try more products, but it's actually like kind of hard to find in the Netherlands, so that's actually like really, really sad. Then I have this single blush. It's in the shade Utopia. And it's actually a pressed pigment. I think it's from NYX as well. The color is very, very pretty. It is a very small product. Probably you could use like this one for such a long time because you don't have to use that much blush. Then I have this blush from Kimchi Thick Beauty. It's in the shade Peachy and it looks like this. So you have this darker shade and this lighter shade, and this lighter one is actually a little bit too light for me. Well, it's just to brighten up the skin, but I like to combine those two, so I just put my brush in there and then apply it on the cheeks, and it looks so beautiful. And I think this packaging is so cute. It's just like this tiny little heart. Then I have this blush from Ofra. It's a collaboration with Samantha Marsh and it's called Chick Lit, and it's actually like such a pretty color. So this is more of a topper because it's actually like a little bit darker and shiny, and this is the blush, and I think it looks very, very pretty, and I got this one in the mystery box as well. Then I have this Morphe 2 Eye Wish Shadow Stick. It's in like this very bright color pink. So this is actually supposed to be an eyeshadow stick, but like the color, I said if I use this on my eyes, well, I could because I think it looks pretty, but I can use it like as a blush on my nose, a little bit on the cheeks as well, so that's why it's in my blush drawer. And then I have the last two blushes, which are from the Roxy X Revolution collection. It's a pink one and it's a more peach one, and they both look very, very beautiful. And as you can see, they are liquid blushes. So yeah, those are all of the blushes. So now we're gonna go on to the highlighters, and I do have to say I actually love highlighters. So I do have like pretty much, I would say. It's not like too much, I think, at least. Some people do think it, but I love using highlighter, and I almost use I use highlighter like almost every time when I put on makeup. So I do have this one, which I cut it out of a big palette, which I have a video on my channel, so I will link that in the eye. The video was actually like, the disclaimer, it was like not such a good product, so I actually loved this one, so I took it out, and as you can see I already hit pan, and it's actually a really nice highlighter. So then very quickly we do have these two again because they have highlighters in them as well, and then we're gonna go to the highlighter palettes. So in this Earth Angel palette from Benefit is the highlighter Cookie, which is actually a very nice highlighter. It makes your skin look very pretty and glowy and beautiful and healthy, which is actually very nice for almost every skin tone that I've used it on, and I've used it on many, many skin tones, like from like pale as me, like way darker than I am actually. Then I have the Full Fantasy palette, like I just said. It has two highlighter shades, and these are actually really nice as well. And then I have one highlighter palette. It's from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and it's the Platinum Skin Frost Pro palette. Like, the outer packaging is so pretty as well, and look how pretty these highlighters are. Like, they are so beautiful, and these two are actually more like a little bit of a highlighter topper, so they are more glittery, but these other ones are very, very beautiful highlighters. And this one I can actually use on my skin tone because it's like not a too dark of a highlighter. Actually look very dark in a pan, but it's just a little lavender kind of tint. And I actually do have this one in a bigger pan. So like I just said, I do have that one in a bigger pan. So it's what it's look like. It's called Ice Cold, and I've used this one a lot. Like, one of the first expensive highlighters that I got, and it's so beautiful and it's perfect for my skin tone, so I still use this like a lot. When we are still here in the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I do have two of these Supreme Frost. Well, I have one Supreme Frost and one Extreme Frost. So the Supreme Frost is in this pink packaging. It's called Money Honey, and it's actually like a green brownish shift, and it looks so beautiful. And if I don't put it on too heavily, you cannot even see that I have highlighter on my skin until I turn my cheek like this. And then I have the Extreme Frost in the shade Sore Eyes, and this one is so beautiful, and it actually has pearls in it. And if you see, like, look at that, it looks so pretty. And like, even on the skin, like, I have to like barely use this, so that's why there's just a little dent in it, because I have used this a lot. Then I have this highlighter beads from Winnie the Pooh. It's the Winnie the Pooh collection from Catrice. I have actually like used this once, and I wasn't like the biggest fan of it, but I thought I maybe not used it the right way, I mean, because I've actually never used a highlighter like this. So I want to try this out again, but I got this one for Christmas, which I actually think it looks so cute. Like, look at the packaging, and all the little beads in there are like little how to say that, yeah, the pink ones are like little honey jars, just like, because he always loves to use honey. And then I have two liquid highlighters from Just for Cosmetics. They open like this, and then they have this thing coming out of there. So this is a pink one. It's the shade Ice Queen. It's actually a very beautiful color. I have the shade Frostbite, which is a very metallic snowy color, actually perfect for my skin tone. And then I have two blue ones. This one is called Prostitute, and then I have Blue Balls, and these two are actually so beautiful. But like, if you look at this and you're thinking, well, you're so pale, that probably isn't gonna look very beautiful. Well, you can use this as eyeshadow toppers as well, make it a little bit more shimmery, or in a corner highlighter, which looks very beautiful. And then now we're in the liquid highlighter portion. I do have two liquid highlighters from NYX. Let me see the colors. This one is called Gleam, and then we have Sunbeam. So as you can see, this one is darker than this one, but they both are very beautiful. And the size is actually really nice, so you can put it in your purse because it's not too big, and you can just like put it on your hand or directly on your face and then tap it in with your finger, and you don't have to use much because liquid highlighters are really nice. Then I have two liquid highlighters from the Roxy X Revolution collection, and this is the shades. I cannot really see the name of the shades, but as you can see, this one is a lighter one than this one. Both very beautiful. They look kind of a little bit similar to the NYX ones, but they're still really beautiful, and they're very nice for in the summer. My last liquid highlighter is the one from Chic Glam, and it's the collaboration with Laura Lee, just like the blush. And then this is what the highlighter looks like. So it's such a pretty color. I do have to be careful with this one not to put in too much on, because I am very pale, like I told you before. Then I have three highlighter sticks from the Colourpop X Wings Club collection, and I've actually bought the whole collection. Well, the eyeshadow palette, the highlighters, and the lip glosses, and this whole collection was so beautiful. So let me show you the purple one, and this is Stormy. It's the purple one. Then we have the white one, and this is called Icy, which are the names of those bad girls in the series. And then we have the greener one, and this is called Darcy. Oh my god, it's actually like disappearing from the bottle. That is so sad. Okay, so if you thought, well, that's pretty much highlighter, that should probably be it. Well, it's not. So I do have some more. I have one from KVD Beauty. Before it was KVD, it was Kat from D Beauty, and this is the older packaging. I'm not really sure if they still sell this. It's the shade Gold School. It's like a little bit of a gold shine in it, but it looks very pretty in the sun and in the summer. Then I have a highlighter from Physician Formula. It's called Diamond Dust. It's very beautiful. I got this summer, well, last summer, and It's actually like more of a highlighter topper, so it's more a little bit glittery, but I love the way this is looking, and in the pen it looks very pretty as well. Then I have this highlighter from MAC. It's called Soft and Gentle, and if you've been in the makeup community for a while, or if you followed any YouTube videos, like everyone used to use this, and I actually like totally get why, because this is such a pretty highlighter shade. Like, this fits so many skin tones, just like the Jeffree Star Cosmetics one. This is so beautiful and like very, very nice. This is a baked one, so that means it's actually pressed differently in here, and I think it looks very, very pretty, and you can like barely see that I've used it. You can just see a little dent in there, and I have used this like so much. Then I have one from Wet n Wild, and this one is very pretty as well. I bought this last summer, and it's like such a really nice highlighter. The packaging is actually really cheap, but Wet n Wild is so affordable, so I wouldn't mind like spending that money on that. Then we have two brands left. So I have two highlighters from Fenty Beauty. I have one in the shade Chills, which I got in Rome, and it's with a blue shift. It's a little bit of an icy shade, but it looks so beautiful, and as you can see, I have a big dent in there because I've used this a lot. And I've probably told you this before, but I use my highlighters like on my nose, on my bridge, on my cheeks, and mostly underneath the brow bone. Well, the brow, and that's on the brow bone and in the inner corner, but sometimes I use them as eyeshadow as well. So the other one from Fenty Beauty is, it's a double-sided one, and this one is called Girl Next Door, and this is Thick Prick. And I do have to say, I love both of them. This one is a little bit more glittery than this one is, and this one is a little bit more subtle and shiny than that one is. But they both look very beautiful, and very beautiful on many, many skin tones. And then I have 4 over highlighters. So I have the highlighter Milk and Cookies, which is like actually one of my favorite highlighters, and this is Milk and that's Cookies, but I use Milk the most because it's the lighter shade. And this one was actually in the Ofra Cosmetics mystery box as well, which I have a video on my channel, which I mentioned before. Then I have the shade Everglow, which was a collaboration with Nikki Tutorials. It has 3 shades in it, a lighter one which I used for highlighter, and you can see a very big dent which I hit pen on, then this darker shade and the most dark shade. This one I cannot use on my skin tone because, as you can see, very pale. I just used these two as highlighters on my eyeshadow, which actually very nice to use as well, because then when you go away on a holiday or something, you just don't have to get too much product with you. You can just take something like this. And then I have the shade Being the Haters, which is also a Nikki Tutorial collaboration. And again, it's a darker shade which I have used for eyeshadow, but you can barely see that I've used it, so it looks very, very beautiful. I do have to say I don't use it that much anymore. And then I have the shade Beverly Hills, which to me is so beautiful, and I got in the Over mystery box as well. I really, really love this pink shade and this shade right here. This one would be nice for my skin tone, but I do think these two are a little bit too dark for my skin tone as a highlighter, but still very, very beautiful. Those were all of my highlighters. So the next range of products that I'm going to talk about are my water activated paints. So I do have one bigger palette, but that's in like little closets right there. So at the end of this video I'm gonna zoom in a little bit of what I have left there, but that's like so fully packed that like I have to put so many things aside if I want to get there, so I'm not gonna do that today. I'm just gonna show you what I have right here. So I do have this Morphe X Abby Roberts, what is it called? 5 Pancake Liner Palette. And by the way, if you can hear someone, Lily is sitting just behind me, and if you don't know who Lily is, that's our little kitty. So this is what the outside packaging looks like, and then this is what it looks like from the inside. So I have used this a couple times. They're actually really, really nice and water activated. The colors are very, very pigmented as well, which is very, very nice to use. So you don't like have to put on many layers before it's like the right color. Then I have this tiny one from Zoeva. It's the Hydra liner in the shade Doodle, and it's a black and a white one. You can obviously mix them when you have when you put water in it. So it becomes gray. You can use the black one, you can use the white one, and it's very nice to use for like creative things or just like an eyeliner. Then I have two from Superstar. I have the black one and I have the white one. And they just, well, I have used this one a lot. But there's so much product left. That's because, well, like you see, this one is used a lot too. And here you can see I mixed some colors to make a different color than it was before. That's very easily to do with watercolors for your face. And then I have 5 little watercolor palettes, I should say, from FX Face Arts. They look like this, and then this is the rainbow one. This is the pastel rainbow one. I have a blue gray one. This is more like a more tropical one. And the last one that I own is this nature-ish one with some green and red pink color. They're actually, all of them are very nice to use. You can use them separately. So if I just would wanted to use the green one like I did before, as you can see it has a big dent in it, you can just use a tiny brush, wet it, and then just use one, and then you can clean it off when using a paper towel. So yeah, that's really nice, and you can use all of them at the same time, just using a flat brush like this, going into that, and then you can make one line with 2 or 3 colors, which is very easy to use and like it doesn't take any time. Then the next category that we're going into are brows. I don't really have that much brow products in comparison to some other products, but I do have some. So first let me like show you my clear brow gels, because I don't actually have any brow gels with color in it. So I have this clear brow gel from Noosh. It's a tiny one and it has a really tiny wand. It's actually very nice to use. To be honest, I love this. I do have a review video on my channel. Then I have this one from Elf, which has one for the brows, and like that's this side, and then one for the lashes. But I actually prefer the brow side on this one, because the lashes side is like not making my lashes stay up. And then I have the Anastasia Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax, and I have used this a lot. I actually really enjoy this product. I got this one for sale for 50%, I guess. That made it like way less expensive, because I know this is actually a very expensive product. Then I have 2 little palettes. I have this one from Revolution. It's the Joey Doesn't Share Food brow kit from the Friends collection, and when you open it up, it does have like a tiny brush and a tiny spoolie, which I almost never use, and a little mirror, but then you have these products right here. These 2 are powders, and then these 2 are well, waxy products with a little bit of coloring in it. I think this one is a little bit too dark for me, and this one is kind of okay, but these aren't my perfect brow shades, but they're actually nice to use. And then I have this Leico eyebrow powder, which I got from my mother-in-law, and it looks like this. I think it looks very pretty. I think I could use like both of these colors, but I would actually compare, well, I would use like not this one, but I would put them together and then create my brow shape. Which is actually a very nice product, and it's very easy to take with you in your bag, because it's really tiny and it's very pretty and easy to open. You just click the button and it opens up. Then I have some brow pencils. I have 3 shades from MAC. This is the shade Stud. Then we have the shade Lingering, and the last one is Fling. And I had to get these for my makeup school. They're actually like okay to use. They're not my favorite, because they're actually like kind of a bit stiff, and they do have a spoolie on one side, which is really nice, but on this side, like, it's very tiny, by the way, it's very nice, but it's a little bit harder than what I would normally use. So you have to put like a little bit more pressure on the face than with some other products. Then I have two pencils from Hema, which this one I've used a lot because it was supposed to look like this one. And let me see if the shade's still on here. It's shade 11 and this is shade 9. As you can see, this one is a little bit lighter than this one, and these are sharpenable. And as you can see, they do have a spoolie as well. I actually prefer these ones above this one because I like the sharpening pencils more than the not sharpenable ones, but they're both like actually really nice, and I would like consider if you like the MAC ones, you probably like these ones as well. And then I have two other brow products from Hema. This one is an eyebrow pencil. Well, actually pen. It looks like this. And you can just like make strokes with this. Not my favorite product, but it's actually like nice to have in your collection. And then this product is really nice. It's from the Bay line. And it's like very easy to fill in. It has this little like thing what the MAC ones had as well, but this one is a little bit bigger so you can fill it in faster. It's like not too precise, so if you want to do a quick little brow, you can just use this product. And then this little brush on the end is very nice and soft, so you can blend the product out on your brows. And those were all of the brow products that I own. And then the next category is eyeliner. So I do have like pretty much eyeliners. So I have this roller liner from Benefit, which is almost empty and actually one of my favorites. It's so nice. It has this very precisely tip which you can very easily use to make a pretty winged liner. Then I have this one right here, which is from MAC. It's in the shade NC15 and W20. It's a skin toned pencil liner, and I actually have this in my waterline right now. I like this actually more than a white line in your waterline because it's a little bit more subtle, but it still like opens your eyes up. Then I have this Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeliner in the shade Cold Digger. It's a very pretty brown eyeliner. It's like not the best for precisely lining, but you can do a smoky liner with this very easily. But it does dry down and it like stays on like so nice. Yeah, it stayed on, like I went sporting after I put it on and it stayed on the whole time. Even like after sweating a lot, and I have pretty oily eyelids and pretty oily skin after sporting. So it's really nice. It was, by the way, with the green palette. That's where this collection came from. Then I have a couple of these Essence Lash Princess liners. I have two of the brown shades and I have three of the black ones. I actually bought one black one myself and the other ones my mom had, but she used them like once or twice and it wasn't her favorite. I absolutely love these. I use these ones all the time. Like, these tips are like actually really precisely, and they say they're not waterproof, but the brown one for sure stayed on when I walked through the rain. So really nice. They're actually like really pigmented as well, and they're so cheap. Like, why wouldn't you want these? Then I have this Black Track Pro Longwear Fluid Line eyeliner from MAC. It's just a black potted eyeliner. And then I have a blue potted eyeliner from Colourpop in the shade Spring Day, and this color is so beautiful. I do have a review of this color on my channel. It's a pretty old video, but it's still like very nice and it's still very soft and it's easy to use, and I absolutely love this product. I have this The Real Push-Up Liner from Benefit. This whole thing is actually a liner. This not, but it comes out of the top. I'm not really sure if you can see. Yeah, you can. It comes out of the top if you twist the bottom, and then you have a creamy eyeliner, which is actually very nice because it has this really precisely tip, so you can make a winged eyeliner out of this as well. They're actually like a little bit harder to use than a pencil or a pen, something like that. So you do have to take a little bit of practice, but they're very easy to use. Then I have this Bright Lights Pastel Liner from Profusion. It's such a pretty color. This is actually the color from the tube. I think I only used this one once before. I should actually use this more, and I got this on our last holiday from last year. So I just think this color looks so pretty, and it's just like a very pretty easy touch even on the lower lash line. Then I have these two liners from Hema. These are actually really nice. This one is a green one and this one is a pink one, and they're actually like both do have this felt tip line. The only should I say bad thing, they do leave a little bit of a stain if you like put nothing underneath it. So if you like don't put any base underneath it, you'll do have a little bit of a pink liner or a blue liner on the next day if you don't have like a really harsh makeup remover. But I don't think that's too bad. I just like shouldn't put this all over the eye, because then you're gonna have very pink or green colored eyes, which is not the best. And I have this eye pencil from Hema. It's a pretty, like as you can see, it has some shimmers in it, and it's very easy to line underneath your eyes and smudge it out, or above and smudge it out. It's not like for anything precise. Then I have this double waterproof eye pencil from Hema again. This one again has some glitters. It works the same as the last one that I showed you. I have this pink BFF cream gel liner from Colourpop. I do have a review of this product, and this is like such a nice eyeliner. It stays on like 100% the whole day. It's actually waterproof, and it's very nice for in the waterline as well. The color is so bright. It's like exactly this color of pink when you put it on your face. Then I have this liquid precise liner from JG, I guess. And it looks like this. It's a very precisely eyeliner pencil. Well, eyeliner pen, I mean. I have not used this in a while anymore, so I should probably try this out. I don't really know how this stays up, but it looks very pretty. Then I have these two pencils from MAC. One is in the shade Coffee and one is in the shade Smolder, which is a black one. So this is the coffee one and this is the Smolder one. And as you can see, there's a big difference because this one is brown and this one is black. They both work absolutely the same. They're sharpenable and they're actually like really easy and nice to use in the waterline underneath it or above to make an eyeliner, because if you like put it on your lid and you cannot get the precise line because you didn't sharpen it well enough, or you don't have a sharpener near you, you can always use a brush and flick it out a little and then you can precise it. Then I have this waterproof liner from Yves Rocher. It's again like a twist up with a little tip on it, and just like the other ones, not for precise but for smudging and underneath the lash line. It's very nice. So then I have Surfer Curl from Tarte. I think I've used this like twice or something, 2 or 3 times. It again is a sharpenable and it's in the color black and it's supposed to be waterproof, which is actually really nice. I like the packaging, it's very fresh and nicely looking. So yeah. Then we have this one from Kryolan. It's a double-sided pencil, so on this side you have a black color and on this side you have a brown color. This is very nice when you're a makeup artist because Kryolan is a very nice brand, a professional brand, and their products are actually really nice. And then you don't have to take like 2 pencils, you can just take 1 and it's very easy on both sides, and there's like so much product. And then the last 2, I have this one from KVD Beauty when it wasn't revamped. It's the Cake Pencil, so it's just a white one and I still have like this much product left. That's how much I use this. This is such a nice product. I don't have anything new from KVD Beauty because they're actually like, you can't really find them in the Netherlands and that's where I live. So sadly, I do only find things from KVD Beauty or some other brands only when I'm going on holiday or something like that. But this is actually a really nice one to use. So then the last pencil is this one from NYX. It's in the shade White Smoke and I've actually used a lot if you can see, but it's actually a lilac color. I think this is very pretty in a waterline. If you don't want to use a like neutral tone or a bright tone, you can just use this lilac color, and it makes your eyes look very big and open, but like not as like right in your face, just like the white one does. And then I have this little in-between product. This is from Sheet Lamb, and it's actually a freckle pen. I don't think, well, I've used it once or twice, but I should like try it out a little bit more. It's a very pretty color. It's very natural on my skin tone. It's the shade 10, and I like the packaging. It looks very clean. So those were all of my liners. And the next category we're going into is setting spray, and I just have 3 setting sprays. It's not that much, but it's enough. So I just have this setting spray from MAC. It's the Prep and Prime one. This actually has a really nice mist. Like, as you can see, it's not like too much. It's very nice and it's very subtle. And to be honest, I have to say, I almost used it up, and it's a really nice spray. I really like the scent of it as well, and it has this like sliding open and sliding closed like locker on the top, so you cannot spray it down right now because it's locked, and I think that's really nice because then you cannot like accidentally press it when you put it on your back or something like that. Then I have the Noosh setting spray. I have this little unboxing slash trying out Noosh products on my channel. Noosh is a Dutch influencer, and this is what the spray looks like. So it actually has a very nice mister as well. This is just like a tiny product comparison to this one, because 25 milliliters and this one has 100 milliliters. This smells so nice and fresh, by the way. And then I have my third setting spray, which is from Benefit. It's the Pore Professional Super Setting Spray. I have like used this once, I think. It doesn't have like, it's just like more of a misty one. It doesn't really have a nice scent or anything, but it's just like a very nice and pretty mist all over your face, and not like such a hard spray. And this one has 30 milliliters, so a little bit more than the Noosh one. Then the next category is foundation. So I don't have that much foundation. I do have one powder foundation. This is from L'Oreal Paris. It's the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, and it's the powder version. And as you can see, I've used this one a lot and I actually love using this product. I already have a backup from this product as well. Then I have the Catrice All Matte Plus Shine Control Makeup Foundation, which looks like this. It's actually a very nice foundation, and this is the new packaging and this was the old packaging. I actually think because Catrice is like a drugstore brand, this is like, I think from glass. It feels like very heavy, and I think it looks pretty expensive. It looks very pretty, and it's actually a very nice foundation. Then I have the waterproof 24-hour Catrice Cosmetics foundation in the shade Nude Beige. This is the shade 10, and this one is in the shade Light Beige, shade 10 again. And here I have the shade 2, Neutral Ivory. And this one looks a little bit darker for my complexion, so sometimes I miss a darker one with a lighter one, but for the summer it will probably be nice to have a little bit of a darker foundation. Then I have one foundation left from MAC, at least one I can use. Is the Water Weight SPF 30 foundation. It looks like this. This leaves a very flawless base for when you're putting on some makeup for a photo shoot or something like that. And I do have a brown color of this and a dark color of this one. So I have 3 shades, but I can only use one, but the other ones were for my makeup school. And then I have these 2 from Catrice. They're both the same foundation. It's the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, 24-hour lasting from Catrice. Again, glass bottles. They look very pretty, but this one I have on right now. This is my skin tone, and this one my mom used this like I think once, and she didn't really like it. She's just more like a BB cream person, so she gave this one to me, and this one is a little bit too dark for me, as you can see, because this is in the shade Porcelain Beige, the shade 2, and this is in the shade 40, Warm Beige. I think I could mix them up and probably make it like work or mix it up for the summer. So that's why I'm not like putting this one away, but I think this is such a nice foundation. This is actually one of my favorite foundations because Catrice has so many nice foundation. I do kind of want to try something from the Maybelline line though. And by the way, these are all makeup products as well. Not only makeup, but I do have some glitter stuff right here, some rhinestones. Then I have some like fake blood stuff. I have these sticks from Creolin, and that's what I wanted to say. I have like some face palettes from Creolin there underneath there, and that's a watercolor palette and a cream palette. So yeah, I just like felt like I could show it like this because that's a little bit of a different kind of collection with not like the most normal eyeshadow or things like that. Well, there are not eyeshadow in here anymore, but like, you know what I mean. But if you would like to see like all what's in here, comment that down below and I could make a video of that obviously as well. I'm gonna show you my lip scrubs. So I just have 5 lip scrubs. I have 2 from Jeffree Star Cosmetics and I have 1 from Disney X Primark. It's the Angel Coconut Lip Scrub. It looks so pretty and it just like smells like coconut, which I love. I have actually used a lot of it already. It's just a yeah, it smells so good. It's just like a normal scrub. It doesn't have anything special about it. It's just like very cute and pretty. And then I have my Jeffree Star Cosmetics scrubs. These ones are actually edible and they taste really, really nice. So I have 2 in this pink packaging, which is the normal packaging. So I have the shade Blue Raspberry Sucker. It obviously smells like very sweet raspberry and I've been pretty far with this one already. Still smells so good. Then I have the Strawberry Gum Lip Scrub. Again, like I said, in the pink packaging, and this looks like this. And obviously it smells like sweet strawberry flavoring. Then I have one in the orange packaging, which was with the Orange Palette collection. And it's called Blood Orange. It looks like this, and it obviously smells like blood orange. It smells so nice. I love this. I should actually use more lip scrubs. And then my last one is in this grayish one. Well, it's from the Shane Dawson collection, the Shane Dawson X Jeffree Star collection, or I should say the Jeffree Star Cosmetics X Shane Dawson collection. I do have actually the whole collection, like almost the whole collection, like all of the makeup products. So this one is in the Diet Root Beer. It's actually really nice. I don't think I ever had Diet Root Beer, but it smells very minty and fresh. It looks brown, but I think it looks very nice. And to be honest, I have to say I really like the packaging of these lip scrubs. They look so pretty, like all together. Now we're gonna start with all of the lip products, and I do have to say I have a lot of lip products. I used to like collect lip products. I have many liquid lipsticks, I have many lip glosses, and yeah, I'm gonna show you all of them. So we're gonna start with my lip balms. I don't have that much of lip balms, I just have 5. So this is one from the Body Shop. It's the Coconut Lip Butter. It looks like this, and obviously it smells like cocos. You open it and then the inside looks like this, and you just put your finger out. Well, just use your finger. Oh, it smells so good. Put it on your lips. It has no color. Obviously it looks kind of bit yellowish, but it has no color when you put it on your lips, and it makes your lips feel like really nicely and soft. And the next one is from Nivea. It's the Lip Butter Original. It's again in this opponent, and then when you open it up, you have to use your finger to get the product out of there. It's just white, and like the other one, it doesn't leave any color on your lips. It just makes your lips feel really soft. And then I have this lip balm with a vanilla scent. It's from Friends. I have no idea which brand it is from because this was a little present, and it's supposed to look like a coffee cup and it's so cute. So you just open it up, the product is in here, it doesn't has any color, and when you like spin it like this, the products come out of there. It has this much product still in it, and I've already used it a lot, and I got this one for Christmas last year. I love this one, by the way, it's so cute. Then I have another product from the Body Shop, and this is called the Coconut Carrot Passion Fruit Lip Juicer Balm. And you spin it open, it looks like this. This obviously leaves a pink color on your lips, and yeah, it has a fruity scent. Not my favorite, to be honest, but it's okay, and it makes the lips feel like really nicely. And it's very easy to apply because you can just like use this product to put it on your lips, and it doesn't have to be like too precisely because it's not the bright color, it's just a more toned down color of the color that is in the opponent. And then my last lip balm is from Hema. It's the Take Care lip balm. It's just a simple lip balm like Labello has. This used to be obviously as big as this tube, but I've used this a lot, and this one is on my nightstand. And now we're gonna go into the lip liners. And if you followed me for a little while, you do know that I already have a lip liner collection video on my channel. So yeah, we're just gonna go through it. I don't have that many lip liners. I have only 5 again, and 3 of them are from MAC, and I used to got them for my makeup school. So you could obviously hear her purring because she's purring so loudly. But what I wanted to say is I have 3 of MAC and I have 2 other brands. One is from Kylie Cosmetics and one is from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So this is the MAC one. It's in a nude tone shade. It's called Derfish, and it looks like this. And these MAC ones are actually a little bit harder, they're not that creamy, so you just have to press a little bit more on your lips to get a little bit more color out of it. Then I have this one in the shade Bespoken for. It's a very dark lip color. It's not black as you can see, it's a little bit burgundy, I guess. And my last one from MAC Cosmetics is a red one in the shade Cherry, and it looks like this. This is such a beautiful red color. I have a shade from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It's called Calabasas. I just love the way this like top half looks. It looks so different than what other brands looks like. And then this is the color. This is such a pretty color. And I actually do have the matching liquid lipstick color of this lip pencil. This one is actually more creamy and more soft than the other ones. And the last lip liner that I own is the one from Kylie Cosmetics. It's in the shade Candy K, which I do have the matching liquid lipstick as well. I absolutely love this packaging. It's so like pretty and pink, and the color is right here. And obviously then this is what the color looks like, and this is actually one of my favorite colors to put on my lips. Then I have 2 Pro lip palettes. Obviously, well, not obviously, but they're from MAC Cosmetics because I had to buy them for makeup school. And these are the 2 I'm talking about. So they're both having 6 shades, and this one is called Select Plums and this one is called Necessary Nudes. So I'm gonna show you. Obviously it has been used. I've used a brush to use this product, but this one is a shimmer and most of these are more matte. And obviously these ones are lighter than those ones, but they actually like really nicely to use. And they do stay like good for such a long while. And these are the darker colors. So these 3 are more pinkish. This one is more brown, and then these one go more to a purple burgundy color. And yeah, these ones are very nice if you're like a makeup artist kind of person and you have this in your kit. It's very easy to use with a brush on your clients. So the next thing that I'm gonna talk about are lipsticks. So I do have some lipsticks. I don't have that much normal lipsticks. I do have more liquid lipsticks and more lip glosses slash lip oils. So yeah, Firstly, I have this lip crayon from House Laboratories, and it's in the shade Le Monster, I guess. It's a red one. I actually love this product. It has been used, as you can see. This top is like totally flattened out. It has like pretty much product in it, and this red like stays on your lips so nicely, and it's so easy to work with because it does have this angle and does have the rounded tip, so it's very easy for you to like go into your upper lip and like go around the edges. I do really like the design because it's like different. Like obviously you can't like put it down except when you're putting it in something like this, but it does look very cool, and it's very nice to have the exact red color like on the back of it. Then I have this lipstick from Kiko Milano. It's in the shade Rosetto, shade 3, and I got... Hello? Oh my god, she's touching my makeup brushes. So I got this one from a girl from my makeup school. She used to work there, so she got everyone a lipstick and a mascara. So that was really sweet of her, and this is such a pretty color. It's more like an orangey color, but it looks very pretty on it looks very pretty on many skin tones. I really like the packaging too. It looks very pretty. Then I have this lip product from Rare Beauty, and it's called Courage. It's a matte lip cream, and the packaging is like so sleek, and it's this matte satin brownish tint, and this is actually the product that I have on my lips. It looks so pretty and it looks so natural. It's like kind of my lips but better color, and this is what this thing looks like. It smells like vanilla. It's really nice, and it's really handy to take with you. It doesn't stay on for a long day, so when it dries down, like you have it on for a longer time, it actually dries down so it almost doesn't leave your lips anymore, which is really nice. And maybe that's just because this color is very close to my lip color, so it looks more natural. Hello? So it looks more natural, but I love this color. Okay, so let me sort this out for you, because I do have some of the same brand. Lily! I'm first gonna start with Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I have 3 of these old school bullets, and I have 2 of these, what are they called again? These satin kind of bullets, these newer ones. So I do have 3 of the older ones, like I told you, and this one is in the shade Champagne Tears. It's a very unique lipstick, because this actually only leaves champagne-ish glitters on your lips, which is actually really nice as a topper. That's why there's a little bit brown on there, but it does look very pretty when you're just like having a natural lip day and you're just putting this on your lips. I have this shade Androgyny, and I do have this shade in a liquid lipstick as well. It's a very well, no, I don't have this. I'm not really sure, but I do have the Androgyny eyeshadow palette. And this color looks very pretty, a really nice brown color. I do have to say these ones are like, they're nice bullets, but the satin ones are like nicer to put on your lips because they glide a little bit smoother than these ones do. I do have to say I love both of them. And then the last one of the older bullet is Celebrity Skin. This is such a pretty color brown, and I think I just recently bought the liquid lipstick version of this because I think it looks so pretty and I love this color on me. Then I have, like I said, 2 of these other bullets. These are the velvet lipsticks. They have this magnetic top on it with this magnetic thing going around it, and then I have this brown color, and look how pretty. There are stars like all over the liquid, well, it's not liquid, over the lipstick, which look really pretty. And this is in the shade Nudist Cologne. And then the last bullet that I have from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, it's obviously the same pink packaging. This is Medieval Kiss, and this is a very dark one, which I think I got in a mystery box, I remember. Very pretty. It does have the same like press in things on the lipstick as well. Then I have 4 Morphe lipsticks. I do have 1 in the black packaging, and then I have 3 in this black and pink packaging, which was a set. And I did do a review of this set on my YouTube channel. This was actually a Disney collaboration, if I remember it correctly. But first we're gonna start with the black one. I do like the opponent, it's very pretty. It does have the M for Morphe, and then it has Morphe like with the shiny thing all over it. And this is a cream and it's called Wink Wink. And it's actually a very pretty pinkish color. It kind of looks a little bit like the pink I have here, but then a little bit muted. But I do love this color. And then I have these 3 pink ones. And the packaging is actually the same, but just the top is pink and the other one is black. So I do have an M right here and then Morphe right there. So this is in the shade Goody Goody, and this is a Mega Matte or Super Matte, or how you want to call it. This is a pink one and it has Katrine on it, Donald Duck's girlfriend. Then the other shade that I have is Oh Boy, and that's the red shade. Oh, I just noticed that it's not only Katrine, it's Katrine, Donald, Mickey and Minnie. Well, they're so cute and they're very pretty red, and as you notice there's a little bit of a dent in there because I used a brush to put this on my sister because she was a model for some of my photo shoots for school. So I will insert a picture of her right here. This was such a pretty like photo shoot. And this red looked very pretty on her. And then the last one from Morphe is Beau Babe. And it's a neutral shade. It's a very pretty brown shade. And again, it has all of the Disney characters in it. Then I have 2 lipsticks from Essence. And they're actually like almost the same kind of product. But this is an older one. I think I got this from my sister because she used it once or twice and she didn't want to use it. And I always think these kind of things are very pretty because if you look at it, it looks so cool and pretty. But this is actually like these kind of lipsticks that when you put it on, it gets pink because of the warmth of your skin. And this is another one of these kind of product because it's orange and glittery, but it appears pink on the lips. But it does have a very pretty glitter in it as well. This was actually a collaboration with Jurassic Park, as you can see. That's why I kind of wanted it, because I thought this packaging looked very, very pretty and cute. Then I have a couple of these NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. And this one is in the shade Monte Carlo, which is a red one. I actually got this in an NYX advent calendar, which I posted on my channel as well. So I do know these are a little bit older and I kind of want to make them up. So some of them I am using at home when I'm just staying at home. Then I have this darker pink color in the shade Budapest, which is a very pretty pink purpley color. These are actually really nice, I do have to say that. They dry up a little bit like the lipstick that I have on from Rare Beauty. Then I have a very, very dark color and it's in the shade Copenhagen. And this actually has a little bit more of a purple tone as well. I do think this is a little bit lighter on the skin than it looks in the tube, but I'm not really sure anymore. And then I have 3 neutral tones. This is the darkest of the 3 and it's called Leon. It looks like this. And I do have to say these 2 look very, very similar, but the top one is called Abu Dhabi and this one is called Stockholm, and this one is more of a pinky color and this one is more of a brown color, as you can see. But some of these I had made already up and they look, some of them look very, very similar, I do have to say that. Then I have 1 lipstick of Lancome that I got from my grandmother, and I absolutely love this packaging. I think it's a mini, and look at the top. It has this very pretty rose on it, and it's in the shade 196 Le Absor Rouge, I guess. And it's this very, very pretty red color. It's a little bit more of a deeper red color, but it's like actually really nice, and it has Lancome like right there. This is such a pretty lip color. I got this from her not last summer, but the summer before that, before I went on holiday with my boyfriend. And this, I actually love this color. I absolutely love red in general. Then I have this one from April Paris. I adore you, it says, and I got this one on our last holiday. And if you followed me for a while and you've looked at what I bought on my holiday makeup video and trying out those products, you've already seen this one. I think the packaging is very pretty. It does look a little bit cheap, and it has this like really plasticky sound when you open it, which I think is really sad because it looked so pretty and I thought it has so much potential. But the color itself is very beautiful, as you can see, and it like goes onto the lips very normal and like not too creamy but not like too harsh, if you know what I mean. It's a very pretty color, just so like sad that when you spin it, it makes this really weird sound. And then I have this lipstick from Shein. I do have to say, this packaging is so cool. I love the way that it's looking. Very pretty. And it's in the shade Beach Babe. And it says She Glam on here. And when you spin it up, it's this very pretty neutral color. And it does have a little bit of a golden sheen to it. I'm not really sure if you can see. I hope you can. It looks very pretty in sunlight as well. Especially then, it's a really nice time to see the glitter in the lipstick. And then I have two lipsticks from MAC. I really like the packaging of MAC. It's very like aesthetically pleasing and sleek. I do think they can like, sometimes they do that with some specials, but I wish there was something on here to see what kind of color was in it, except from the bottom which says what kind of color is in it. I wish the color was on here somewhere. Like even this like little thing around could have been the color, and it would have been very nice to see what color it was. But I do have two colors. This one is called In the Spirit. It's a MAC one, and this is actually a black lipstick. I did have this one for a very while, and it's actually a really nice lipstick. Because it's black, it does bleed a little bit, but when you're using a eyeliner or something as a lip liner, it doesn't do that at all, so that's really nice. Then I have this one, and I just got this from my sister-in-law. I traded with her. She wanted another lipstick. Well, she didn't want it. She wanted to give this to me because this is actually a red color. It's called the Russian Red. It's such a pretty bright red. Like, I absolutely love this color. And she just said she doesn't really actually wear red. And I thought, well, I have so many lip products, and I had this brownish, nudish color that I absolutely don't wear that much, and I already have like many of these colors, so we just traded. I gave her that one and she gifted me this one, which was actually really sweet of her because, like I said before, I actually love red colors. And then I have two last normal lipsticks, and these ones are from like the full coverage, full collection from Huda Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles. And I did a whole review of this collection on my channel as well. But to be honest, I love this packaging. Like, look how pretty this looks, and the way it opens, it's so different than anything else. It's so cool. And then the shades are called Lenny and Mora, and this is the shade Lenny, which is a very pretty nude tone color. And then we have the shade Mora. The opening is so cool. And again, a very pretty neutral color, but one is more brownish, like you can see, and the other one is more pinky. To be honest, I have to say I love both of these colors. And those were actually all of my normal lipsticks. So the next category is going to be liquid lipsticks. So now we're with the category liquid lipsticks. And I do have to say most of my liquid lipsticks are Jeffree Star Cosmetics, because I did like to buy some collections of liquid lipsticks. Because I used to like to buy the collection with the eyeshadow palette because I thought it looked really cool together. So I am gonna start with the oldest collection. So that was the collection with the chrome cap. I always like the component that he uses with all these stars on it, and you can definitely see what the color looks like, which I think is really nice because then you definitely know what kind of color you're using. So I do have two of the same color because one I bought first myself and then I got the whole collection from my ex-boyfriend. And yeah, this is called Butt Naked. It's a very pale color. I cannot use this without a lip liner because then it almost just looks like I have no lips, which looks very, very weird. But I actually do think this is a very pretty color. And what I love about the Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipsticks is that they're actually eye safe. I do have to say I just bought some recently and I did filmed that, and I filmed a trying out video of those, but those are the most recent liquid lipsticks that I bought. I actually didn't buy any new collections. So then with the collection you have the shade Calabasas, which looks like this, and this is actually the same color as the lip liner that I own from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, which is a very, very pretty color pink. Then he always has these like weird-ish colors in his collection. So this is the purple color and it's called You Better Work. And this purple is so beautiful. And I did do a old eye look. I think I'm gonna insert it here because I actually think it's really cute. I did do an old eye look with this color and the green color, which is coming next. I like made them spin around a black eyeliner when I was just very new into makeup, and I just recently got those kind of liquid lipsticks. Well, not new to makeup obviously, because I've used makeup like when I was 16. I like did the black thing around my eye, but like new to bigger brands than just things that I can find in the drugstore. So this is the green color that I talked about. It's the shade called Venus Flytrap. And this is actually such a pretty color. Like, it's such a bright green. And if you know what I mean, these two look so good together. They complement each other so nicely. So that's why I wanted to put them together on something that I've tried. Then I have this shade called Hunty, which is a very beautiful brown color, which I have used a lot when I went to school when I put it on a liquid lipstick. And then we have the shade Family Jewels, which used to be, like as you can see obviously, which used to be one of my favorite shades and still is a very pretty dark brown color, and I still like to use dark browns on me. And then the last two. This one is a very, very cool and pretty shade. It actually is like more glittery and shiny than the other ones. It looks very pretty, and as you can see here, like the shine here is not from the outside, it's from the product itself. And this one smells, the other ones like smell like kind of vanilla-ish, and this one smells like bubble gum, which it actually reminds me of, this color. And then the last color was supposed to smell like bubblegum too. Yeah, this color is supposed to smell like bubblegum too. This is reflective as well, but not as shiny as the other one. And it's a very more like corally lip color, which I still think it's very, very beautiful. Then I have this collection with the white cap on it, and then like the colors are in some sparkly components, which this one isn't and that one is in comparison. So the color that you see here is gonna be a little bit darker than, well, lighter than the color that's inside actually. But I thought this was a very, very pretty collection. I'm not really sure. Well, I do know which collection this is from. This is from the Alien palette, which is not on sale anymore, and I do have that in my collection. I'm so happy to have that in my collection because that's such a pretty eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna start off with, let me see. Again, there are some like weirder colors in here. This one is called Can't Relate, and this is a more neutral brownish, just like one of the lighter colors from the other collection, but this one is a little bit darker, so I could use this one without a lip liner if I would wanted that too. Then we have this very beautiful purpley shade, which is called Cloud, and this one is metallic, which is very, very cool and it looks very beautiful. Like when this hits the light, like it's straight on like shining back to you. Someone on the moon can see that. Like that's how shiny and bright it is. Then I have the shade Hi, How Are Ya? Which is a very pretty reddish color, which is actually a very weird color because like when you put it on, it doesn't have any glitter or something in it, and then when you do like smacking your lips together, the glitters like do appear more, and it looks very beautiful and stayed on for the lips. Well, it stayed on the lips for such a long while. Like I told you before, when I filmed or I showed you the normal lipsticks that I own, I do actually love to use red. Then again a weirder color, YSOTP, but I do have to say this is a blue one, and this is such a weird and cool color. I used to wear this just to school, and I do remember when I first got my driver's license and my mom let me drive in her car, because obviously I didn't have my own car yet because I just got my driver's license. And the first ride we went, when I got my driver's license, I had this blue lipstick on, which is actually really funny. Well, to me it's actually really funny because I can like connect the dots, and like in my head I can know when I bought that kind of makeup. Then I have this shade Triggered, which is a purple-ish color, very dark. It looks very pretty. It's a purple brown color with gold shimmers in it, and obviously the shimmers are not visible when you're just sitting talking to me like this, but when you're closer to me or when the flashlight is going on it, it's actually like very beautiful, and it has this like very pretty sheen to it. Then I have this color which is called Karma, and this is actually a very pretty green color. I mean, it's a very I don't know the word for it anymore, but it's a very pretty green color which I used to pair with ochre yellow. Those two colors, like, they fit so perfectly with each other, and I think there is a shade in the Adium palette which kind of looks like this, and that's what I used on the like outer corner of my eye, and then the inner part would be the yellow shade if I remember it correctly, or it could just be the other way around, but I just used this lipstick with it because I thought it looked so pretty. Then I have two shades from this collection, the last two from this collection with the white caps. This is called Jeffrey Who. Well, this is a very pretty pink color, and this one doesn't have shimmers in it. And then the last one from this collection is called Scandal, and this is a more muted old rose color, which looks very pretty, and well, it doesn't fit every eye look. It fits a bold eye look, and it fits a more neutral eye look, but you just have to keep in mind when you put it on a lipstick like this that not every eye look is gonna fit with it. And then we have the Jeffree Star X Shane Dawson collection. So I do have both of these palettes. I do have to say I loved watching all of the episodes of how they made these palettes and how they made this makeup. It was so cool to watch. I watched the whole thing with Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. And I do have like almost all of the products from the collection. If you saw my lip scrubs, you know I have the lip scrub. The eyeshadows I still have to film, but I do have the bigger palette and the tiny palette. I don't have the first tiny palette because there was a little, some people weren't very happy that they didn't put a color in, so the second palette, the palette that I own, does have that very pretty color in it. They had this 6 liquid lipstick, so that's what I have right here, and they did have, I guess, 2 glosses, but I do have one of those. Let me see. I loved the opponent of this. This like very pretty dark chrome looks so beautiful, and that's actually the packaging of the lip gloss and the lip scrub as well. So they actually all smell like root beer, which I have never tried before, but I love the scent. It smells so yummy, and this shade is called Shane. Such a pretty, like, weird green brownish metallic color. I do have to say, because of the like whole thing that I filmed on YouTube of how they made everything, I kind of wanted to have everything. Yeah. And this is the shade Oh My God. It's a very pretty light pink shade. This is very pretty as its own, but it's very nice with a little bit of a darker or a brown lip liner. And they all have the same scent, by the way. Then you have the shade I Gotta Go, which is a metallic shade again, and this is a very pretty warm brown orange tone. Then I have again a bright light pink shade. It's called Ryland, but this one is metallic, like you can see in the opponent. It looks so beautiful. And it's actually like very nice to mix these two together. Like when you put this on your whole lips and then this on the highest points, that fits like really nicely with each other. And then the last two from this collection, I have the shades Are You Filming, which is a very beautiful red color. Like, look at this shade. This shade is so beautiful. And like I told you like many times already now, I love red shades. So with a red you can almost never go wrong. Because I love the blue tone red and I love the orange tone red, even though I know they make your teeth look a little bit more yellow than your teeth actually are. And then we have this very pretty bright pink color, which is called Jeffrey What the Fuck. And look at this. This is so freaking bright. That's like so beautiful. So I did wear this with a little bit of a more brown toned eye look, or something like this. What I have on right now would like fit perfectly with this. This is like a very big statement lip. I think this is more a statement lip than the red one, because look how bright it is, but it's so beautiful. Like, and then I do have all of the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, well, not all of them obviously, but I do have some with the normal packaging, which is the pink cap with a little bit of the glass on top, well, plastic. And this is in the shade Posh Pies, which is a very pretty brown color. And I do know I have lots of like the same kind of colors, but I do have to say like Jeffree's liquid lipsticks are actually never the same. They're like, even though some of them look very similar, you can always like really see, oh, this one is more warm tone, this one is more cool toned, or this one is a little bit more red-ish or a little bit more brownish. So that's actually really nice, because those tones you can really see when you're putting on some makeup on your eyes. Here I have the shade No Tea No Shade, which is a very pretty color. It's actually a little bit of a weirder color. It's a red purple-ish color with a little bit of a reflection in it. I do remember like using that all the time when I just got that. Then I have the shade Dominatrix, which is a very pretty brown color again. Not too dark, not too light, and this is perfect for everyday use. Or an eyeliner, obviously, because the Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipsticks are eye safe, like I just told you. Then I have the shade Doll Parts, which is actually like such a pretty pink color, and I think this color fits everyone. This is like a little bit of a Barbie color, but then a little bit more toned down, because this is like a bright pink color and it's not like an old rose color, it's actually more like a new rose color. Very beautiful, if you ask me. Then I have this shade Pushy White, which is such a pretty color, and I couldn't help myself just getting this because yeah, the shimmer in it, and it looked so reflective and beautiful on the model's lips. Then I have this shade Androgyny, which is a very pretty color, and like I just said, I have the Androgyny palette and I have the Androgyny normal lipstick. So yeah, a very pretty color. Then I have Red Rum, which is like one of the, I think it used to be one of the best sellers red from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and if you look at this color red, you know why. It's such a pretty red color, and even though I already have many reds, I couldn't help myself just getting these. And then I have the shade Mannequin, which is a very pretty neutral color. And the other two that I have like laying right here are neutrals as well. So almost all of them have, by the way, the same vanilla scent. I have the shade Celebrity Skin and Christmas Cookie, and I do have the shade Celebrity Skin as a normal lipstick if you've already seen that part. But this is like, I think almost exactly the same color. Maybe it's a little bit darker, but I don't really know that for sure. And then the last one is Christmas Cookie, and I actually wore this, if I remember it correctly, for Christmas. And I think this is such a pretty neutral. I think this is actually one of the prettiest neutrals that I have from Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipsticks, and one of the most recent ones that I bought. Then those were all of my Jeffree Star Cosmetic liquid lipsticks. Then we're gonna go into this one that I have from Physicians Formula. It's called the Minimal Lip Wear Cream in the shade Majestic Mauve. And if, like I said in some other parts of this video, like if you saw my holiday haul from last year, you've already seen this color. It looks very pretty. I actually thought it would be a little bit lighter because of the opponent, but it isn't. But I don't really mind. It's like a little bit of a like vampy-ish style, but the opponent is so pretty as well. It looks like a diamond, just like the packaging says. So that's really, really cool. Then I do have this liquid lipstick from Kylie Cosmetics. It's in the shade Candy Cake, just like the lip liner, and this is actually one of my favorite liquid lipstick colors that I use because it looks very pretty and neutral on my skin tone, but it does stay on the whole day, and it does stay on when you're like eating food and anything like that. And when it does disappear from your lips, it looks very, very neutral, and it just like disappears on the middle part, and it blends in with your skin very nicely. Then I have two colors right here from Fenty Beauty, and I wish I had more of these because these are so nice. These are the stained lip paints, and these lip paints are actually very, very nice, and they stay on your lips like so nicely. They dry up. They do transfer a little bit, but like the thing said, is a kind of stain. Well, no, it's not a stain, it's a paint, but it does stay on for a very long time, and I know I wore this one for Christmas. And this one is the shade Uncuffed. And I do like the way this is looking. It's very different and unique than other ones, and when it opens it spins very beautiful. And the opponent looks very nice as well. It has like so much stuff on here, so I can use like this one and then dip in once again and do my whole lips with these. And they do stay good for such a long time. Then I have this red one, which is called Uncensored. And again, such a pretty red color, and it stays on so nicely. This is a very, very bright color, and it does remind me a little bit of this color from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. But as you can see, this one is a little bit brighter and this one is a little bit more deeper. A red can be red, a neutral can be a neutral, but like they're almost never the same. It's just like what kind of mood you're into at that moment. Then I have two liquid lipsticks from Ofra. I do have a video of I do have two videos of this. I got this one in a mystery box, and then I reviewed them, or I tried them out in a different video. I'm first gonna talk about this tiny one. It's called the Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade W.I.N. Woods. I have no idea what that means, but it looks very pretty. It's again a very beautiful bright pink, which I don't mind. It looks very nicely, and these one are very easy to use as well. They are a little bit thicker than the Fenty ones are, but still really, really nice and very easy to use. And then the other one that I have is in the shade Pasadena, and it's again the long-lasting liquid lipstick, and it's in a brown shade, which I absolutely love. This is such a pretty, pretty color. Like, it's actually exactly the same color that you see right there. And it has so much stuff on there, and as I just said, it's a little bit thicker, but it dries like really nicely, and it feels like you almost have nothing on your lips. And then I do have three other liquid lipsticks, and yeah, I do know I have a lot of liquid lipsticks, but I do love to use them. So these are the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink, and I do have two shades of that. I have the shade 65, which is the shade Seductress. It looks like this. Very sleek, if you ask me. And then the color looks like this. It's a very pretty brown color. They dry up matte, and the opponent is very nice. It's very big, and it's like, this lasts you for such a long time. I do have to say that. Then I have the shade 15, which is called Lover, and it's a pink shade. This is actually a really pretty pink as well. It's a little bit toned down. It's a little bit darker than your usual pink, but I thought it looked very pretty, and I wanted to try this when I saw this, I think, go viral on something like influencer or TikTok. I'm not really sure anymore, but I do have to say these ones are really, really nice if you're like being a little bit more on a budget, and sometimes in a drugstore they're 1+1, so that's like very, very nice to have. I think I bought this one 1+1 as well. The last one I have from Maybelline is the Superstay Vinyl Ink in the shade 35 Cheeky. And this packaging looks so nice. Like, look at this. Very pretty. And when you open it up, it has a very big opponent, and this color is so beautiful. So it's actually exactly the color that is on the outside, and it dries like really nice. And this stays on like for such a long while. When I saw this, I really felt like needing to try this out. So yeah, those were all of my liquid lipsticks. So the next product that we're gonna talk about are my lip glosses and a lip oil. So the next product we are talking about are lip gloss. So I'm first gonna start off with my Jeffree Star Cosmetic lip glosses. I do have, again, like 3 different components. So this is the normal component from the normal lip glosses when they first came out. So this is in the shade Legends Only. And this looks so much like, well, this was their first, and then they made the lip liner look like this, which I think is very nice and beautiful. And this is what the color looks like. It's a very neutral tone, and it looks very pretty on the lips. It doesn't have any glitter in it, but it just leaves a little bit of a more neutral tint on your lips. It's not that pigmented, to be honest. Then I have this shade in the same component, and it's the shade Ice Cold, which leaves a very beautiful silver glitter on your lips. And it's a little bit of a chrome. It has silver and greenish and purplish glitters inside it. Then I have a different component, and if you remember this dark chrome color, it's from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Shane Dawson collection. So this was the one lipstick that I own. This is a normal, it's not a lipstick. This is a normal lip gloss which has no color on it, just a like normal sheen, but it smells again like root beer, and it looks very beautiful. I like the opponent and I love this color. The other one was a, if I remember correctly, it looked like green slime-ish. I did wanted to have that one, but it was sold out everywhere and I couldn't find it, sadly. And then I have a purple component. Obviously this was from the purple collection with the purple palette. And then it's in the shade Sorcery. And this is such a beautiful, pretty color. Like, as you can see, it's a more neutral toned color. It's not that pigmented, it just has more glitters to it. So it has this more, yeah, it's a pink with a more of a yellow undertone, I think. And then it has this very beautiful purple sheen with purple glitters in it. It looks so pretty. Then I have this Jeffree Star Cosmetics Supreme Gloss, which is totally different than the normal lip glosses. The component looks very sleek and different as well, and this is in the shade No Shame. And the wand is so big, like this. I can do my whole lips with just this amount of product. Because if you look at the wand, it's like such a weird shade. And because of that weird shade, it has so much product in the thing when you're putting it on your lips, so you don't need to use anything more. This is actually a really nice color, and it's not that neutral, but these kind of lip glosses from Jeffree Star Cosmetics are actually more pigmented. Then I have a lip gloss from Nimya from Nikki Tutorials, and I couldn't help myself when I saw this in the store, so I really needed to have one. It's such a pretty lip gloss, and it's in the shade She Said What. I love the orange packaging, like it's the Spill the Juice lip gloss. It looks so beautiful, and then ooh, it looks like this. It does have a very beautiful shimmer to it. It's not like totally mind-blowing, but it's just like this very pretty neutral tone lip gloss with just a little bit tint of color, and then with this very pretty silvery glitters on it. Well, that totally fits in the things I love in a lip gloss. It's glittery. Then I have this tube from MAC Cosmetics. It's called Lip Gloss, and this is the one with no color in it. so that's why it's called lip gloss. It's actually, I used to use this for my makeup school again, and this stuff, that's why I haven't used it that much. Oh my god, it's still on the lid a little bit. It's so sticky, and when you're putting it too much on your lips, it goes dripping down your chin, which is very, very annoying because sometimes you just want a little bit more lip gloss and it just goes dripping down, which I had never before. But that's just because this product is so thick. It does like shine so pretty with the flashlight. It's so beautiful on the lips, but it's so, so thick. I do have one from Essence, I think. I'm not really sure. I got that from my sister-in-law as well. It has the same kind of tube, so I will put that in the screen, a picture of it, but I don't have that with me right here. I have that at my work. I do think I have that one like half empty, and it's a very pretty one. It does have a little bit of a glitter in it, and it has a little bit of a fruity scent to it. Then I have these two lip glosses from Pat McGrath, and I think they're so cute. They're little hearts, and they're not that big, as you can see, but you're supposed to open them like this. They turn around, and then you open it up, and then the products come out. It's not that pigmented, but it does have a very nice scent to it. Yeah, a very like subtle tint of vanilla, not too much, not like that it's like all in your face, but you can barely smell it, and it's really, really nice. I love how tiny it is, very easy to take in your bag with you, and they're really, really cute. So this one is a little bit darker, and then this one is a little bit more neutral. They're actually like more pigmented than I thought they would be, which is actually really nice sometimes for a nice lip gloss. Then I have two lip glosses from Revolution. The Revolution X Roxy lip gloss. And does it have a shade name? I don't think it does. I do think this is very beautiful. I do have a little review of the collection because I bought the collection. There is an eyeshadow palette with it, and I did have a lip liner, but that one unfortunately broke. If you saw my lip liner collection, not these kind of videos, not like the whole makeup collection, but like a video a little bit while back. But I do have to say, this is such a pretty pink color. It's really nice, and it does have like very nice pigment to it. Then the other Revolution one that I have is from France, and it's in the shade Joey. I think this looks so cute, and it has all these brads on the top, but this one is actually very, very thick. So as you can see, this is such a thick lip gloss, so, and really, really pigmented. So when you're using this one, because I love this color, this is so beautiful, but when you're using this one, you should probably use a little bit, because otherwise it's like having those weird sticky things between your lips, which is not nice at all, if you know what I mean. Then I have this Fenty Beauty lip gloss in the shade Diamond Milk. I love the opponent, by the way. This is such a pretty like shape, and when you open it up, it has this very big wand, and it's just a lip gloss with lots of pretty glittery shimmers, silvery glitters, which I absolutely love. This one is a little bit thick too, not as thick as the Revolution one. Then I do have one lip gloss from Morphe. It's the Morphe X Maddie Ziegler lip gloss in the shade Brilliant Lèvres, I guess. I'm not really sure. It's just this like normal lip gloss. It's nothing special. They're just, it was from a collection with Maddie Ziegler, I get. Hello? From Maddie Ziegler, I guess. It's a little bit thick, and it just has a little bit of a pink tint to it, but nothing more than that. And I do like the little lips on the cap. They're very, very cute. Then I have the Too Faced lip injections in the shade Sugar, Plum, Fun, and it looks like this. It's a tiny one, and it definitely makes my lips burn when I put this on, and it makes them look a little bit more plum like for a little while. But it does have this like very pretty pinkish purplish shimmer to it, and it's actually like very pigmented because it makes your lips like exactly this color of pink, which is really nice. Then I have this lip gloss from Noosh, and I do again have this on my channel. I reviewed a little collection of Noosh. Noosh is a Dutch influencer, for those who don't know this brand, And I actually think this is a very pretty brown lip gloss. It's like more pigmented than you think. It's not as pigmented as the Revolution one, but it does leave a pretty brown color on your lips. Then again, I have from NYX, from my old advent calendar, I have 3 lip gloss shades left. So they're actually the butter glosses and they look so similar. The inside is just the same as the outside. This is the shades Paraline, the shade Brownie Drip and the shade Butterscotch. And they look like this. They're actually a little bit dark than kind of glosses I usually use, but I still wanted to make them up. They're not my favorite, by the way, but they're like nice. Then I have this lip gloss from Labello. I did not know they had lip glosses, but I really love this color. It's such a pretty pink color. It's not that big and it's really nice to put in your bag when you just want to take a little cute lip color with you. So my little sister and my mom had this, and then I kind of wanted this one as well. So they did have more colors, I think. I don't know if it actually has a shade name, but I thought this pink color looked very beautiful and pretty. Then I have 2 lip glosses from Ofra. I have this pink one, it's called Lip Gloss Love. It's a very beautiful pink color with pink glitter in it. The glitters are very subtle, so you won't really see those. And then the other one from Ofra is called Lip Gloss Blissful, which is a brown shade with glitters in it. Ooh. They're actually like kind of really thick, but you could see that. And this one is like, they're both actually like kind of really pigmented, which is actually really nice because they are actually like really pretty colors. I do have a lip oil from Hema. It's actually a very pretty color. It's a pink color and it does look very beautiful on the lips. It does have a little bit of a pink tint, you can barely see it, but when you put it next to something that doesn't have a tint, you'll definitely see it. The cap is green because that's like the color of the collection, I guess. And yeah, this is very pretty on the lips. It feels very nice. It makes the lips feel really hydrating and it does have a pretty shine to it. And then the last brand I have lip glosses from are Colourpop. So if you followed me for a while, you know that I bought the Colourpop X Wings Club lip glosses and the eyeshadow palette. So these are all of the lip glosses. I do have a little short of them, of me trying all of them on. This one is called Tecna. This is the very pretty purple color. And they actually are like not that pigmented. They do have a little bit of the tint that the color is. So this has a little bit of a purple tint to it, and they have the glitters that are in here. So a little bit of a purple tint on your lips with purple glitter. Very, very beautiful. Then you have Stella, which is obviously the yellow one with a very pretty golden tone to it. It obviously again has this purple hue to it, and then the very pretty yellow glitters to it. Those glitters are like so beautiful when you're like sitting in the sun and the sun hits your lips when you're wearing those kind of glosses. Like, it's so beautiful. I have the green one, which is called Flora, and like the other ones, green shimmers and a green hue to it. Then I have the blue one, which is called Aisha, and it looks like this. Such a pretty blue color. Then we have a more red pink one, which is called Musa, and this one obviously has a little bit more of a darker tint to it, and then red pinkish glitters. And then the last one that I have is pink, and this one has pink sparkles in it and a little bit of blue sparkles in it, and it's the shade called Bloom. And it does have this pink hue to it. Very, very beautiful. And those were all of the lip glosses that I have in my collection. So now I'm gonna show you all of my single-ish eyeshadows. So first I'm gonna start off with this single shadow from Pat McGrath. I got this one for free because I had this order from this eyeshadow palette with these 2 glosses. And it's in the shade Celestial. It's a very pretty brown glittery, oh my god, I still had this thing on here. It's a very pretty brown shimmery shade. I did hoped it would be more shimmery than it actually is, which sadly isn't as shimmery as I hoped it would be, but it's still a very, very beautiful color. Then I have all of these singles of NYX, and again, those were in my, well, I talked about that in my recent lip gloss and lipsticks collections. I got them in an advent calendar, and these are the shades. This one is called Utopia, which is a very pretty purple color. It's a matte shade. And then the other four are shimmers. This one is called Dark Purple. This one is called Brown Shimmer. Not like very special names, if I have to be honest. They're okay, this one, but it's not that shimmery, and the other ones are like a little bit brighter, which I like more. This one is in the shade Rose Gold. Then we have the shade Utopia Gold. I like the shimmer on this way more. And then the last one is called Purple Shimmer. And obviously a purple bluish shimmer. Then I have this one from MAC, and this is actually a paint pot, but I do use this as a little bit of a base when I'm using a glittery shadow sometimes, because this one is shimmery. It's like kind of the MAC paint pot that I usually use for putting on underneath my eyeshadow, but because this one has a shimmer and I mostly like putting mattes around my eye, I cannot use this as a base. So I did use this as a normal shimmery eyeshadow because the sheen on this, as you can see, is so very beautiful. And this is in the shade Bear Study. Then I have this Jelly Mud shadow from Colourpop in the shade Sugiero, I guess. It looks very pretty. It was from this gardening collection, as you can see. And it has this little lid on it, but when you open it, it looks like this. And I have to be honest, I have not used this in a very long while, and it's still not dried up, which is very, very nicely, because this thing keeps everything sealed. No! I'm good. This one keeps everything sealed in there. So this is very, very beautiful. It's actually a really nicely shimmer, and I do have a review video of this on my channel as well. Then I got this from my mom. This is from a Makeup Factory, and it's called Metal Shine Eyeshadow. I'm not really sure if it has any other name, but it looks like this. Nothing very special. It just looks like a normal, more neutral shimmer. It does shine very pretty though. Then I have this one product from MAC Cosmetics. It's a liquid eyeshadow, and I do have to say this is so pretty. Like, look at this. This leaves this very pretty blue purple shimmer to it, and it dries up and then it doesn't like go anywhere. It doesn't crease. It stays on your lid the whole time, and obviously because there are like a little bit of a chunkier glitter in here, you do feel it on your eyelid, but it's actually really nice and it's very pretty to layer up when you're putting something on your eyes and you don't want anything to be like that harsh, or to be like to have it something to grab to. You can put this underneath it, a little bit of a tiny layer, and then put a shimmer over it, and that works as well. Then I recently bought two of the Jeffree Star Cosmetics single eye gloss powders. They do look like this. I really like the packaging. It's very like more neutral for what he was doing normally with the bright pink and things like that, but I have a more neutral one, and then I have a green toned one. So the more neutral one is Stardacity, and again they have this like lid on here as well as the Colourpop one has, and then it looks very, very beautiful. It's the brown color, and it has a little bit of a silvery greenish shimmer to it. And then the other color that I own is the shade Voodoo Glass, and this one is actually so beautiful. It's like a yellow brownish, and then it has this very pretty green shimmer all over it. So when you're like moving your head or moving your face, like, well, your head and your face are the same, I know, but like when you're just like doing this and the light hits it, it has this very, very beautiful green shimmer to it, which is so pretty. And then some of my most watched videos on my channel are these reviews of these Morphe 2 stacking palettes. So I do have all 6 of them. So there were 5 of them, and then they had a Christmas special. So I'm first showing you this Christmas special. So this is in the shade Glitz and Glow, and underneath here it says what you can use everything for. So the above one is called Glisten, then you have Rosy Cheeks, Cranberry and Champagne Frost. So this is actually a very nice palette. Like I said in some different videos, it has a eyeshadow, it has a blush, a lipstick or lip gloss, however you want to use it, a highlighter, which you can also use as a eyeshadow. So this is, and by the way, it does have this tiny little mirror, which is actually really nice to use. So it has this shimmer, and this one is a little bit more of a rose gold. Then the blush is a little bit of a darker blush. Then you have a lip product, again a little bit darker because this was for Christmas. And then the gold shimmer. Very, very beautiful. I love the packaging and I love the stacking of it. It's very easy to take with you and you have so many products just in one component. Then on to the other 5 that I own. This is the shade Pink Please, and it has the shades Tulip, Rosy, Taffy and Cherry Blossom in it. So again, like I said, the pink shade. This is just such a beautiful pink shimmer. Then it is this very bright pink blush, which is almost the same, well, it actually looks like the same color as my sweater. Then the pink lip gloss, lipstick kind of thing. It actually matches the blush really nicely, which I really like. And then it has a pinky blush, well, no, a pinky highlighter. And this highlighter is actually like not too pink, but when you're in the light and it hits it, you do see a little bit of a pink tint to it. That's why it's in the pink one. Then I have the peach one, which is actually one of my favorites. I do have, my 3 favorites are actually like this peachy one, it's Fresh Peach. Also Nudie, which is a neutral, like we're gonna use that one, well, I'm gonna show you that one next. And then the pink one that I just used, those 3 are my favorites. So this one is called Fresh Peach and it has peach swirl, papaya, coral and sorbet in it. So this is a little bit of a different shade than what I usually do. This has a little bit of a peach undertone, but with a green shift to it. But as you saw in my, well, if you saw the Jeffree Star Cosmetics one, it like kind of looks a little bit like this, but that one is more shimmery and this one is more like glossy-ish, if I'm right. But I absolutely love that color combination. Then the very pretty dark peach blush. Then you have this dark peach lipstick, lip gloss kind of thing. And then you have this very neutral highlighter, which is really, really nice as well. And the highlighters, they're actually like not powdery, more like a cream sort of thing. And then we're going to Oh So Nudie. So this one has the shade Nude, Cinnamon, Cocoa Rose and Pearl in it. So this shade, such a pretty brown shade. Like it has this darker brown underground shade, and then when it shifts, it's a very pretty, I guess more champagne-ish shade. Then it has this neutral brownish blush. It has a brown lip gloss, obviously matching with the blush. And then the highlighter is a little bit brighter than what I was expecting at the first time that I used this, because I was expecting a little bit more of a brown tint, but I do believe Pearl was the perfect name for that highlighter and I think it fits very well with this. And then I have the shade Stay Golden, which has Sunbeams, Rich Rose, Caramel and Sparkles. So this is a very pretty orangey brown. I do have to say I like this color, but I do think this palette looks a little bit more pretty on someone with a little bit more darker complexion than I have. Then it has this blush, and obviously I could use this and use it a little bit more subtle than some people would, and then it would look nice on my skin. Then it has this lip color, which is very pretty and warm toned, fitting perfectly with the blush. And then the highlighter color is more of a sparkle, so that's why it's called Sparkles, because obviously it has all of these pretty sparkles in there. So it's not actually like a highlighter, this is more fun for like something like a festival. And then the last one is in the shade Violet Vibes. It has the shades Lilac, Orchid, Raspberry and Amethyst. And it has this very pretty lilac purple shade on top, which is so beautiful, and the shimmer in it is really bright and pinkish. Then we have this very beautiful Old Rose blush, which fits perfectly with a purple color because it's like a little bit muted. Then you have this darker lip color, which is very pretty as well. And again, this one has glitters like something for a festival like the other one has. But this one is more of a chrome purple-ish and the other one was more gold. So those were all of my Morphe stackings and my single eyeshadows. So now we came to the eyeshadow palettes, and I do have to say eyeshadow is one of my favorite makeup products, so I do have a lot. I have this big drawer right here, so if you've like followed me for a while, you've already seen it on my channel because I filmed a cleaning video and I filmed a video of, well, when it was new to me, so when I put all my makeup in it. And I will link them both in the eye, by the way. So yeah, I did do a eyeshadow collection a little while ago, well, a big while ago I guess, and this is like a newer collection because I've bought some new ones obviously, but like I said, eyeshadow is like kind of my favorite, one of my favorite makeup products, so I do have a lot. And today I have a, hi, you heard her. She's sitting right here, Lily, our little sweet kitty. I could call her my assistant, but she's sleeping right now. She's really tired, but she loves sitting with me when I'm filming, so that's why she's here. And yeah, we're just gonna get started with the first eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna start off with some tinier eyeshadow palettes. So this is the first one that I'm talking about. This is from Wet n Wild. It's called Color Icon Camouflage. And the packaging looks like this. This is a 5-pan eyeshadow palette. And it looks very beautiful. And it actually has like so much pigment. I bought this last summer and actually I'm really happy to have this in my collection because I've never tried anything from Wet n Wild in the eyeshadow collection. Then I have this one from Huda Beauty. It's the purple eyeshadow palette. It's called Methyst Obsessions. I actually bought this in Rome, but I really love this packaging. I think it's really nice because all of these colors are actually in the palette, as you can see, and the shimmers in here are so beautiful, especially this one in the middle. This is an Ofra eyeshadow palette. I got this one in a mystery box that I filmed on my channel. It's the signature palette Symphony, and this palette is so cute. And this shimmer in the middle is so beautiful. So I actually love this palette and I actually took this with me on my holiday last year. And by the way, like tiny palettes like this are actually so easy to take with you on holiday or when you're gonna stay over somewhere else than at your own home. So they're actually like very easy to take with you because you can make many looks with just a couple of basic colors. Then I have this eyeshadow palette from Rare Beauty. It's the True to Myself eyeshadow palette. And to be honest, I have to say, I absolutely love this palette. Like, look at these colors. I took this one with me as well last summer, and this is actually a pretty glitter. This is like such a nice palette together with this one. I took these two, and I could make like so many looks with just both of them. But I do have to say, I am, for what I've tried from Rare Beauty, it's like, I have to say, one of my favorite brands. I wish they like sold more stuff in the Netherlands so I could try out more because I have not tried the blush yet and I kind of want to have the blush and the highlighter like really badly. Then I have this eyeshadow palette from Noosh, and again I filmed a review video of this. It's the eyeshadow palette Maximum Shades, and Noosh is from a Dutch influencer, so the packaging is very natural and this is what the colors look like. I actually think this is a very beautiful palette for everyday use. Then I have this palette from Too Faced. It's a limited edition eyeshadow palette which I got with the limited edition lip injection, which I already showed you in my lip video. So in the last part of this series I actually wore these shades on my eyes because this is like such a nice palette. And I wore this one on the eye and it actually looks very intimidating and purple, but this color isn't as bright on the eyes as it is in the pan, but I love the color combination and it smells like really nice and soft. Yeah, most eyeshadow palettes don't really have like a scent and this one did, so I thought it was really cute. But this one is a very nice palette for basic looks with just a little pop of color. And then it's still okay. I have this palette from Revolution X Roxy, and I've been following Roxy for a while now. She's a YouTuber and she does like lots of different videos, mostly clothing videos, which are actually really fun to watch, I think, at least. And this is supposed to be her face with an anime style. I did do a review of this collection on my channel as well, and I absolutely love the aesthetic of this palette. It looks so beautiful. Does it have a name? I think it's the Blossom palette, I'm not really sure, but look at these colors, like they are so beautiful. They're more like the pinky purple side, obviously, as you can see, but they're still like very, very pretty and wearable. Then I have this tiny palette from Colourpop. It's the Moon Haze Pressed Powder palette, and I did have a review of this on my channel as well, and this is what the colors look like. So I had never tried a Colourpop eyeshadow palette before, and I actually think this palette is really, really nice. This color is like so bright as well. The only thing I noticed was that the glitter wasn't as bright or shiny, I would say, like how I want it to be, but this palette is very cute and I really like the packaging. I like the like fluorescent bright color of it. Then I have the same kind of shape of the palette, but then a more expensive one, because this is a Natasha Denona palette. It's the Mini Sandal palette and it has 5 eyeshadows, as you can see, and I bought this in Mallorca 2 years ago. It's so beautiful. Like, look at these colors, like these colors, wow, it's so pretty. And I love the rose gold orangey red shade that's like the whole palette as well. This, like, I would use this for every day for sure. This is so beautiful. Then I have a Morphe 2 eyeshadow palette. It's the Ready in 5 eyeshadow palette in the shade Malibu, and it's the brown one. And this one is actually like very inexpensive, and I thought it worked really, really well. That's why I wanted to try these out. They surprised me because I wasn't expecting it to be like this good for this price. So I do have this palette, and then I have the pink version, which is called the From Hawaii with Love. And it has like the same layout of colors, but then this one is the brown colored and this one is the pink colored. And I think they have a green one, a blue one, and a yellowish one, if I can remember it correctly. But these ones are actually really nice, and yeah, the packaging is a little bit cheap. I think it looks like cute. So then I have this Hot For You 9H palette, oh my god, from Morphe as well. And this one, like, I don't like it that it doesn't go further than this, but like, let me show you like this. This is a very nice pastel palette. Not my favorite, to be honest, but it looks very pretty and cute, and it's actually like very nicely wearable, and the pigment is buildable as well, which is very nice. Because if it's not buildable and you have this bright yellow, which is not going to be too bright, it's going to be pastel, and you want it to be as bright as it is in a pan, mostly. Then I have another 9 palette from Morphe, and it is the Artistry palette, Painted Desert, it's what it's called. And I absolutely love the color story of this one. Like, you can do so many looks with this palette. You can do brown looks, you can do a pop of red, you can do a pop of orange, pop of pink, or just a very natural look with these like colors in the corner there. And like palettes like these tiny ones I just showed you, are actually very nice to take with you as well. Then I have this Revolution X Pride palette. This is not really a eyeshadow palette, but I put it with my eyeshadow palette, but it's actually a face palette. But this was when I did not have that many face palette thingies. Well, I do have some more expensive ones, like in this closet right there. But this one is actually really nice for if you're just wanted to do Halloween for once in a year. I know this is a limited edition one, but they probably do this more than once, and they're like actually really creamy. And if you put a powder over it, it's very nicely to use, and like it doesn't go off as easy as then when you don't. And as you can see, it's actually like very well used. Then I have this Kylie Cosmetics palette. It's the Desert Powder palette, and I absolutely love this palette. Let me show you. This looks so beautiful. She has two of these. This is the pink one, and there's a brown one. I kind of really want to have the brown one, but I do know I have lots of brown palettes, so I'm not really sure if that's necessary, but these colors are so nice, and they're like for everyday use as well. Then I have this Jaclyn Hill Neutral Defines palette from Morphe, and this palette is so beautiful. I did do makeup for someone's wedding, like I think a year ago now, and I used this palette and the makeup stayed on for the whole day. She looked so beautiful and it fitted with her eyes like so nicely. I used like I think some of these ones, and then I think this shimmer, and it looked so natural. And this one, like when you have something like this, you can like make almost every neutral look that you want to have, which is actually really cool. And this is like, I use this in my makeup kit for when I would do makeup on other person, and it's very nice to have like something with you with so many neutral shades. Then I have a more expensive palette, which I was really excited about. It's the Pat McGrath Mothership Rose Descendants palette. It's a tinier version, obviously, as you can see, because it only has 6 pans in it. It's still okay. It only has 6 pans in it, but these shades look so beautiful. And they do blend out really, really nicely. I do know some of Pat McGrath's eyeshadows are like out of this world. I didn't think like these shimmers were out of this world. They were like very beautiful, but they weren't as bright and shimmery as I would want them to be normally. But they were very nice for everyday use. Then I have this Juvia's Place palette. It's in the shade Nubian Tree Coral, and it looks like this. So you have the range of corally, pinkish colors, and then some grays as well. And this is actually a very cute palette. I used this palette on one of my sisters. Well, no, I just have one sister. I used this on my little sister for one of her school parties, and she looked very pretty. I think I used this shade, and some of the pinky matte shades on her. She looked very beautiful. That was like a couple years ago. Then I have this palette from MAC. This is the Art Library Flame Bouillante palette, and I bought this for makeup school, and this is actually a very nice palette. It's a neutral slash red tone palette, so it's a warmer neutral palette, but I think it looks so beautiful. It blends very nicely, but the shimmers like are a little bit disappointing to me. I do have a video on my channel of what I showed you, all of the makeup that I had for makeup school. By the way, I used this palette on one of my models, and she liked it that much that she bought it herself, because she thought it looked so beautiful on her, and I thought it looked very beautiful on her as well. Then I have another MAC palette, and this is the MAC Art Library. It's Designer palette. Let me take out this little sheet. And then this is what the palette looks like. So obviously more artsy, and these colors are very beautiful. They aren't as vibrant as they look in the pan. Like when you blend it out, they go a little bit more sheer, but this palette is actually very beautiful, and the black is very nicely black, which always like a good thing for a black to be like a real black, and not just like turning a little bit more gray. And then the last palette that I have from MAC is the Art Library Nude Model. And what I like about these palettes is that all of the colors are on the front, obviously, as you could see. And this is a neutral palette, and I use this more, as you can see. It's a very pretty palette to use for every day, and it's really nice to build up some color in the crease, or just use it for brows, what I did on some of the models, because I didn't have all of the brown tones that some people have. So it's very nice to use a eyeshadow palette for that, because I actually do that when I do my brows most of the time. I use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Orgy palette for my eyebrows. Then the next palette that I have is Colourpop X Wings Club palette, and I do have a review of this on my channel. I absolutely love this palette. I should use this more. This was my second Colourpop palette, but these colors are so beautiful. This is more a pastel rainbow palette, and the shimmers are so nicely shimmering. And this obviously, like, look at this, it's so pretty. It obviously reminds me a lot of Wings Club, and that's like the show I used to watch when I was like very little with my friends. We would run on Fridays to my home because I lived very close to our like first school, and then we would watch it like right after school, so we would be on time to watch the show, which was very, very cute. And like they totally like hit the mark with this, I think. I think this is such a nice palette. Then I have the Morphe X Mini MUA Glam palette, and this is one of the first Morphe palettes that I bought, but I have to say this palette is so nice. It has 2 highlighters in here, and it has so many different kind of colors in it. Like it goes from like neutral to dark with a little bit of a weird twisting color, which many normally does, which I really, really like. And if you don't know this, I followed many MUA for such a long while on YouTube. Like, I always watch his videos, he's so fun to watch. And I have the Teddy Beauty Volume 1 palette. I know this isn't available anymore, but some of these palettes aren't, but I'm just gonna show you my whole collection because that's like all of the things I own. But this palette, I am so sad that her brand is shut down. I watch Teddy as well still, and this palette is so beautiful. I did use this for makeup school as well, but as you can see, I used it a lot. And like, I think it's so nice to have matte, satin, shimmers and glitters. It's like so beautiful. And yeah, you can just use it row by row, or you can use like everything in between, like all over the place, which is very nice. And I love that there are like some warmer tones, but they're neutral as well with some colors in it, which is very, very nice. So yeah, this is such a cool palette. I'm still so happy that I got this in my collection, because the weirdest thing, like when, oh my god, no. Oh my god, this just happened. Wow, that's so sad. But what I wanted to say is, like, when I bought this, like 2 days later, they announced that the brand was shutting down. And I was so happy that I bought this because I wanted it for such a long while. And I was just waiting to buy it. And I was like thinking, like, maybe I don't need it. Maybe, like, I can save up for it, maybe next year. And then I bought it, and then after a couple days they shut down. I did do a review video on this on my channel as well, by the way. Then I have the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty, and look at this outside. By the way, I have 2 videos of this palette on my channel, because if you look at the inside, which is like amazingly beautiful, I could use like, well, I use like a lot for every day, but a normal person can use this for every day because it has some neutrals, it has some pink tones, and that's why I have 2 videos of this palette, because one of the videos was with the pink tones and one was with the brown tones. But these shimmers in this like are so spectacular, and this is such a nice palette like to have and to own, and the shimmers in here are like not too overpowering, so you can just like do a neutral look like I did now and put one of these shimmers over it, and it will still look kind of neutral, but just with a little bit of a pop of color. Then I have the Full Fantasy palette from Luna Beauty X L'Oreal Los Angeles, and it's like such a cool palette because I watch like their podcasts. Like, I've been watching them both on YouTube for such a long time, and now they have this full coverage podcast, which is so fun to watch. And then they came out with this collection, and obviously I needed to have it. It was like a very impulsive thought. I like almost never do that, but I was thinking like, oh my god, I found out I think an hour before they launched it that it was gonna launch, and then I was like, well, I need it, so I bought the whole collection. And obviously I have a review of this collection on my channel, and I have like some close-ups, things like that on shorts as well. But the outside is so beautiful, and the inside is even more beautiful. And as you can see, it's already very well used. you can really see the thought of those two persons, because Laura is more like a neutral tone girly, so she would have like this part, and then Maddie has like this crazier color sometimes, a little bit darker sometimes, so that's where this comes from, I guess. But I think this is very, very beautiful. You can do a neutral and then use like one of these shimmers and you'll be done for the day. You can do like so many looks with this palette. This is such a cool, beautiful palette. And I think it's limited edition. It was limited edition and I'm really, really happy to have this in my collection. Then I have the Jaclyn Cosmetics palette, and I know the brand is like shutting down, which I think is actually really sad because I really liked the brand for what I saw of it. It looks always very, very beautiful, but this is the Dear Mom palette they brought out for Mother's Day. I actually bought my mom one and she loves using it. She used this like actually every day, and she used it so much that she almost has all of the shimmers like up. So when you open it up, this is such a cute palette. I actually think I never actually did a review of this palette, which is actually really, really sad, because I think this palette is so beautiful. Like, Jaclyn made this palette with her mom, and this is a picture of them together. It's such a cute palette, so that's why I bought my mom one for I would say Mother's Day. But this is a very pretty neutral palette. It has some warm tones here, some cool tones here, and then some variety of shades from neutral to warmer to green, which is actually very, very beautiful. You can do like so many different things with this, which is really nice. And the shimmers of here, they're so bright. I actually have this palette on my eyes right now, which is actually like really fun because it's so pretty. And yeah, I absolutely love that palette. Then I have this very pretty palette. This is such a pretty palette from Beauty Bay together with Nikki Tutorials. And like Nikki, I'm from the Netherlands and I followed her for such a long time. So I thought I needed this palette. I think it's such a fun palette, like the way it's like made with these two different like openings. Like, this is supposed to be for daytime and then this is supposed to be for nighttime, but obviously you can like use both of them for day and night. These colors are so vibrant and beautiful, and the shimmers are so nice as well. They're so shiny and pretty, and I love all the names that she gave to them. It's like those names, when you have like nice names, they're like such a nice personal touch, which I always love. The Morphe X Jeffree Star palette, and this is an artistry palette, and I bought this palette because I have been loving Jeffree Star Cosmetics for a while and I thought I needed this. I actually kind of regretted it at the time that I bought it because it wasn't like as beautiful as I thought it was going to be. I think the color story is very pretty, but the payoff isn't like what I was expecting. But the names on here are really nice and I love the packaging as well. I do still like to use this, but I do know like some of the colors, like the payoff is a little bit less than what I'm used from Jeffree. So that's why I wasn't like the happiest about this, but I still think this is a really nice one to have in my collection. And yeah, obviously this is not available anymore. Then I have this like jumbo palette, which looks so cute from the outside. It's the Kimchi Chic X Catnips palette. Obviously a collaboration. I think I did a review video on this one as well. It has such cute strips on it, like this kimchi and then that is catnip. And yeah, so cute. Then the inside, this palette is huge. The inside is so beautiful. It has some neutrals and then it has some color right here. So you can do like lots of neutrals, and the shimmers in here are very, very bright and very pigmented as well. I should actually use this more because this is so pretty and I love the way that this is. I'm not really sure if it's available anymore, by the way, but yeah, I thought it looked very, very beautiful and very cool, so that's why I wanted to own it. Then I have the Morphe X Nikita palette. I used to follow Nikita like for such a long time on YouTube. I know she's not posting anymore, which I think was kind of really sad because I thought her makeup looked beautiful. That's why I wanted this Morphe palette. I still think it's sad that I don't have a mirror here, by the way. But I think this palette is so beautiful. I do know from this palette that I filmed a review and then my camera card crashed, so I never filmed it again and I never uploaded a video about it. I've not used this palette that much, but I just think this palette is so beautiful with all of the colors in it. And I do know from the review that I actually really liked this palette. And then I have my Morphe X James Charles palette. And like, for real though, who didn't own any of these? Like this, if you followed any MUA, you know that almost everyone had this Morphe palette. And that's because it's so handy, it's so beautiful, and obviously it's an artistry palette. And it has so many rainbow colors in it. And I do think the shimmers aren't as shimmery as I would want them to be, sadly. But these colors are so pigmented and they're really, really nice to use on like every skin tone. I did use this one for makeup school a lot, and as you can see, it's been used a lot. I just recently cleaned it because it was such a mess. The cleaning video is on my channel, by the way. But yeah, this rainbow palette is one of the OG rainbow palettes, I guess. And it's such a beauty. Like, look at this. This is so beautiful. And I still follow James, by the way. I wish I had this palette from his new line, like painted. It looks so beautiful. Maybe I'm gonna buy it in the future. Those were all of my eyeshadow palettes. Well, my not Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, because I do own a lot of those. So that's the next thing we're gonna like jump into is Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. And then the next part of this makeup collection video, and actually the last part of this makeup collection video, is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. And I do have to say I have a lot. I don't have all of them anymore because some of the last ones I wasn't really a big fan of, because they remind me so much of some of the old ones that he already made. But he does still have some that I would love to own. Some of them are very, very beautiful. So I first am gonna start off with Beauty Killer, the OG eyeshadow palette. This is such a nice palette. It wasn't my first one from Jeffree Star Cosmetics though, but I have used this a lot, as you can see. This is such a nice colorful palette, and I love how big the pens are in this. It's so dirty. The next palette that came was the Androgyny palette. This is such a nice palette. I love the outside, by the way. It has this like crocodile-ish structure, and then the inside is so beautiful. This used to be like, this part used to be my everyday combination when I went to school. So yeah, I love how this has this neutral part and then these colors which you can like obviously blend in with all of the neutral colors that are in this palette. I have the Thirsty palette, which was a limited edition summer palette and absolutely one of my favorite palettes from the Jeffree Star collection, because look at these colors. By the way, this was a neutral skin tone color for me, so I made that one up empty, but I've used this so much. And as you can see, like some of these stars imprinted are totally gone, but yeah, this was like a new formula for him, like these shimmers, and I don't know why they never made more of these, because I absolutely loved them. Like, if you have these ones on your eyes, like as you can see, they already reflect a lot. And when you have them on your eyes and the sun goes in or something like that, it reflects so much and it looks so, so beautiful. It almost makes your eye look like, go to another level because your eye is almost looking wet. But I absolutely loved this color combination, like these warm tones and then these really nice shimmers and then these cool tones. Like perfect for summer, and obviously this was a summer palette. This was my first Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette together with the Thirsty palette, because I bought two at the same time, but this is the Blood Sugar palette. And who doesn't know this palette? Like, this was one of the best selling palettes on the Jeffree Star Cosmetics website, and it's a big container. It's so pretty and it opens up like this. It makes like, it looks so luxurious, and when you open it, these colors are so beautiful. Like, I love the reds, I love the brown tones, and I have used this palette a lot. This is so pretty. But like, because this palette was very old and he did a revamp of it, like he did this palette and then the exact same palette but then with white packaging. I did not buy that. I was tempted because this is one of my like OG favorite Jeffree Star Cosmetics palettes, but I thought I already have this one, so I don't need another one. Well, I did buy the mini version of it because he came out with this mini blood sugar palette in the, I think, 10-year anniversary or something like that, 5-year anniversary from this palette, and it looks so pretty. Some people were sad that some colors of which are in here are in the big palette. I think it's actually nice to have like the tinier version because like I absolutely love this color. But yeah, some people weren't like the happiest about it. I thought it was really cool because when you love the big palette and these are some of your favorite shades because these are like the most used shades, I guess, from this palette, it's very nice. It can take the tiny one with you instead of the big jumbo palette. I love this packaging, by the way. The lipstick Nick did so nice on Jeffree's makeup right here. Then we have the Blue Blood palette, which looks so pretty, and I got from my boyfriend for Valentine 4 years ago. And because, well, his favorite color was blue and I did not have anything like that, so oh my god, I have not seen this. Whoa, look at this. The staining. That's crazy. Oh my god, it has more here. That's crazy. Whoa, I did not know this. Okay, but I love this cuffing. It looks so pretty. And then the inside, obviously very, very blue, but really nicely pigmented, like the normal Jeffree Star Cosmetics quality. And by the way, I do have a Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow collection video as well, and I don't think I have many different ones here right now than I had then. So if you want to see swatches of all of these, I did do swatches of all of the eyeshadow palettes on that video, so you can find that on my channel, obviously with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadows. But here you have this palette. I love that there still are some neutrals in here, so you can make a normal eye look as well if you would want that too. You can obviously just use the brown tones as a base for a blue eyeshadow palette color on your eye. We have the Conspiracy palette with collaboration Shane Dawson. And I do follow Shane Dawson on YouTube as well, and I really like his videos. I thought this collection was so nice. I really was into the series that they filmed together with how much everything cost to make, and I almost have like the whole collection of these products. But if you saw the rest of this makeup collection video, you've already known that because I've talked about that before. But I have the jumbo palette and I have the tiny version. So I first only bought this bigger palette because I wanted to have both, but like if you know, the whole website crashed and I had my dad's phone, I think I had my sister's phone, I had the computer, and I had my own phone. Yeah, all to get the palette. And my dad, I think, came through with this palette. I didn't even came through, but I wanted both of them. So later I found the tiny one, so I was really happy to have that one as well. This one has these clips as well that go open just like the Blood Sugar palette. And then when you open it up, it looks like this. This color palette is so different than what they normally do, but I love this. Like, you have this whole neutral row, which is really nice to make a base or just to do for everyday use, and then you have these weirder colors like right there. I absolutely love this color, this color, this color, that one and that one. By the way, this one is amazingly too, but I kind of like all of these colors. This is such a different palette, but like I absolutely love the way that it's looking, and you can make so many different looks with this. Yeah, and I think this one always will be like a kind of special one because like I was really into watching the series, and then when the whole crash happened I was there and everything. It was so wild. Like, it was pretty cool, if I have to be honest. And then I have the mini Conspiracy palette. This is well, it's called the Controversy palette. And then this is the second version, by the way, because the first version had another color right here, but like because everyone saw all the colors that I made in this whole video thing they did on YouTube, everyone wanted the green color because this color is so beautiful and so bright and so shiny. They didn't put it in there first, so that's why it's called Put It Back, because everyone kind of wanted it like back in this palette. And I'm actually really happy that I have the second version and not the first version, because this color story is so different. And then with the cool green color in the middle, like this looks so beautiful and so artistic. Then I have the Blood Money palette, and I do think I have a review of this palette on my channel. I did have like many of these Jeffree Star palettes when I wasn't doing YouTube. I sadly didn't start it sooner because I would love to see what I made before. I still have all of the pictures obviously, but I would love to see how I did it. But this one has a different way to open. I, by the way, love the way that this looks like a crocodile skin again. This green color is so beautiful, and then it opens up like this. Wait, let me see. Does it still? Yeah, it opens up like that. And then the inside looks like this. This color story is so beautiful, so pigmented. It's not like for everyday use. You don't really have like many browns in here like they have in the other palettes, but there is a variety of greens and a little bit of gold and a little bit of dark. I absolutely love this palette. I don't have like any green palettes like you saw in the other parts of this video. And yeah, these tints are actually so wearable and so usable in everyday looks as well, because you can just use one pop of color in your whole like natural eye look. Then we have the pink palette. Is the Pink Religion palette, and it looks like a book, the side of it as well, and then it looks like gold printed pages. But this palette is so pretty. I did do a review of this palette as well on my channel, and then when you open the book up, it looks so beautiful. It has all of these shades of pink, and like if you look at it you might think, well, they all kind of look the same. Well, they don't. They have like so much variety, and they are so pigmented as well. I love this shimmer and the other one on this side right here. I kind of wish like they did more shimmers in this palette, because the pink shimmers are so beautiful. But yeah, this is such a nice like different palette than what I own. I first thought when it came out with the pink palette it was gonna look a lot like the Blood Sugar palette, because that's a red palette, but this had so much more pinks in it than I was expecting. But the outside of the palette, like the details in this, it looks so beautiful. I have the, oh my god, this palette is so dirty. I'm sorry. This is the Jawbreaker palette. This is such a cool palette, which has a mini version as well. So when you open it up, it's this very pretty pastel palette with a little bit of some brighter colors as well, like this one, like this part right here. And they are really pigmented. Like for how pigmented a pastel can be, this is such a nice palette to use. And I especially love this lilac color and this shimmer and that shimmer right there. But yeah, like so much variety in one palette, and this was so different than, oh, I love this one. This is such a pretty nice pastel palette, and I do know now that I have the Wings Club pastel palette from Colourpop as well, but that's like kind of really different than this one, because that has more pastel shimmers than this one does. And I really like the color story of this palette. And then we have the Mini Breaker, which I thought was so cool. Like this palette, I use this a lot because I love purple. Like purple and yellow are my favorite shades / colors, and these orange tone were like my favorite go-to colors to wear. So yeah, this was a very perfect color combination for me. So these shimmers are like so beautiful and so bright, and this one has like this weirdest like shift to it, which is very pretty. And I have used this palette a lot. I still love this palette, and I think this is like so nice because these colors, I don't think they are in the big one. Like some of them are, but not all of them are, which I think is really nice as well. And I think many people hope that about the red one as well, which I mean the Mini Blood Sugar palette, which he didn't do because I don't know, it was a tribute to the big one, I guess. Then I have the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Cremated palette, and what I thought was really cool about this palette is it's a grain tone palette, which I think it looks very pretty. I've used this a lot, as you can see, and I actually think this is like such a nice palette after the Jawbreaker palette, because they look kind of similar in a way, but they're still like different. They're opposites from each other, I guess. At least they look like each other a little bit, and I think this is so nice because it goes from light to very, very dark, because obviously black is the darkest color that there is, and there's white right here, which is the whitest color that there is, or the lightest, as you could say. It's such a very cool palette, and like gray tones are really a thing. Like there are so many different gray tones. So then the next palette is the Alien palette, and this was in the beginning of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I think this is such a cool palette. Obviously it's like crazy big, this palette, like in comparison to my head, really, really big. I thought it looked so cool because, like, as you can see, like the eyes are a little bit higher than the palette is. Like you can press them in, as you can see and hear. I thought it was really cool and different concept. The only thing is like, oh my god, this is coming off. But the only thing is, this is like not the best shape to store, I have to admit. I do think it's really pretty, and obviously because it's the Alien palette, it does look like an alien, a pink one. I think I bought the lipstick, the liquid lipstick with this collection, but like the way it opens, like magnetic, like this, is so cool. And then this color story is really, really beautiful. Like the greens and the purples and the grays and the browns in here, like they complement each other like so nicely. And these are like, I know this is a limited edition one, but like I would recommend this so badly. This color story is so beautiful to me. Like this bright green, and then this like ochre yellow, and then this bright deep purple. They like all look so beautiful together, like even when you wouldn't even think about that in the first place. So yeah, like palettes like this that give me so much inspiration. That's so nice, because like some palettes, then they have the color stories together, and some of the color stories you would never think about, and then when you see them together, you're like, oh my god, that looks so beautiful. I can do like so many things with that, which is really, really cool. So then I have the Orgy palette, which is such a nice palette. I do have a review video of this on my channel as well. The front is a little bit weird, like all of these like naked Jeffrees on the letters. They're a little bit weird, but I still think it looks like pretty fine from a distance. And I do know he has like many tattoos on his body, which makes it look more artsy. But when you open this palette, and by the way, this is such a big palette, but like this color story, like it's so nice. I can use like all of these for my base, and then I use these ones to build up, and then this one, and then this row. I use this one and this one for my eyebrows, and sometimes I use this row for an eyeliner. This like has so many varieties, and you can do so many things with this palette. Like it's such a big palette, and there probably didn't need it to be like this many like starter colors in all these different tones, but I actually think it looks so beautiful, and I think it's so nice to have like all of these different tones, because some shades like from color don't go with the tone, and then when you need a different tone, so they can fit together in one look, which is actually really nice. And yeah, this is one of my favorite palettes from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. The only thing, like, I love shimmers, and this doesn't have shimmers in it. Like, obviously it looks fine as it is. I know the mini version of this palette was just only 9 shimmers, but I don't have that, sadly. I kind of would like to have it, but I don't have it. And yeah, I think it's like kind of a little bit sad that you needed a tinier palette for the shimmers, because obviously if you took some of these away, there could be shimmers in here, but it's totally fine. I love this palette, and it's a very beautiful palette. And then there are 3 palettes left, so I first gonna show you my tiny one, and this is the most recent one that I bought. This from the Star Ranch palette, and this one is from the collection from when he went living in his Star Ranch. I absolutely love this color story. I do have a video of this palette on my channel as well, and yeah, it's a more recent video, but I love the color story. I love the icy blue and the blue tones in it, and the green like this color is so beautiful. Then the browns are like very pretty and natural as well. And this to me is such a pretty color story. Like when I saw it for the first time, I thought I absolutely needed this palette. So I am so happy to have this in my collection. And then we have two very different palettes, but they're both like so beautiful. So this is the Pricked palette, and it looks like a bag. It looks so expensive and beautiful. I do have a review of this palette on my channel as well, and it opens up like this, and then when you open it, it has this mirror right here, like that's my face as well, and then it kind of looks like things that clap open like from the older days, and I think it looks so beautiful. And like I have this palette like for a while, and everything still worked. Like this didn't broke, nothing broke. The only thing I think it's really handy to put down, but when you're doing your makeup and you put it on the table like I have, I cannot see myself in the mirror. I just have to put the mirror higher up. So that's the only sad part, but this color story is so beautiful. And then you have this very bright shimmery color with an orange tone to it, which I have used a lot, as you can see. And yeah, I absolutely love this palette. It was for me like a no-go not to buy this, because like I told you before, like orange tone used to be my favorite tones to use. And then I found this palette and I was like, in my dreams I needed this palette. And the orange tones here are so nice, and I love it that they're not like all orange tones. Like some of them are a little bit like this is a dark one with orange glitter in it, which he almost does with every colored palette that he has. Like he has then a black tone, and then the colored shimmers are in it, and when you put it on your eyes they stay there. So yeah, I love this palette. This is such a nice palette to have in your collection. Obviously, again, not the best shape to like store, but like you can hang it up or like put it on a table like this if you would want that too, because it looks so pretty and expensive, and I still think it looks very, very beautiful. It just looks like a higher end bag, which is really, really cool. And then the last palette that I own from Jeffree Star Cosmetics is this purple palette, which is called the Bloodlust palette. And it looks like velvetish. It feels really soft, and look how pretty this looks. Wow. It opens up like this with this little knob, and you open it up like this. Obviously, again, a very big palette. This color story is very beautiful to me because, like I told you before, purple is my favorite color. And yeah, as you can see, well used. These ones, this one and this one, are a different consistency than other colors because they're more glittery and more a topper kind of shade, which is very, very beautiful on almost every eyeshadow look that you can do. And yeah, there was a little bit of a bad feedback on this palette because it was supposed to be a blood sugar kind of palette. Like all of the tones were supposed to be like more to the purple, and then he put a green in here, a orangey red in there, another green, a blue, a purple, very, very dark purple gray color, and people just wanted to see more of the purple tones like how he made the orange palette. I personally think this palette looks very beautiful, and the colors that he has in here complement each other so nicely. So I absolutely love this palette. But again, not the best thing to put away in your collection because it has like this different kind of shape, and it's really big as well. It could be easily like putting it up like this and making it look beautiful, or laying it down like this, because it looks very expensive and it feels really nice. But yeah, that's the only down thing, I think. Like, it's big and it has a weird shape, but I absolutely love this palette and it looks so pretty to me. So yeah, those were all of my Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, and with that we're gonna end this whole series of makeup from my makeup collection that I now own. So and yeah, I know this was so much makeup, but I used to do makeup school for 1 year, so I collected some makeup for that, and I am loving makeup. I love makeup for myself, I love to do makeup on other people, and I love to like try different things out, and some of the things I have more of, some of the things I don't. I do have like decent amount of brushes. I think I need to clean them very soon. So that will be another video of cleaning my brushes. But for now, this was the makeup collection and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed my whole makeup collection, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and turn on notifications so you get a notification every time I upload a brand new video. And for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If there are any makeup brands that I need to try or any products I need to try, comment them down below. And yeah, I would love to hear your opinion about these products that I own and what you think about it and how you use them. And I hope to see you in my next video. And I hope to see you, well, I wanted to say I hope you have a nice day and I want to see you in my next video. So yeah, bye!